1, and we should be going.
Welcome back to No Small Feat, everybody. Last time we completed some side quests. We had a nice bit of pumpkin soup or stew with a wonderful woman named Peg Prowler. We went on a fun outdoor hike with George Garston, the Dragon Slayer. And then we went to Grimhelm, met Leonie's dad, hated him, developed an entire new side quest about robbing his store. Did some shopping and some window shopping, and considered the fact that we don't have nearly as much money as we would like, and then ended off right about to start the plot of this arc known as Little Girl Lost. That's the name of a Twilight Zone episode, where our players saw a cutscene of what happened. Charles, get out of there! You can't go through walls.
Wait, he's not Kool-Aid Man?
Sadly, no. But our players saw a cutscene of what had happened a few days ago while they were elsewhere, where the Countess of Grimhelm, while working alone late in her bedroom, heard a noise from her daughter's room. I went to check on her daughter and saw that said daughter was stepping through a portal into Fairyland, and there was a giant bugbear between the girl and her mom. The mom tried to stop the girl from going into Fairyland, and the bugbear smacked her against the wall and then darted in after her as the portal closed. And now it's a couple days later, and some random fucks are going to this woman's door a couple of days into her daughter's kidnapping. Let's find out what happens.
Boy.
All right, random fucks. I mean my beloved heroes. You are at the Rain Castle. The center of not only the city of Grimhelm itself, but also the entire county that this story takes place in within the Kingdom of Engelsex. Kind of a big deal. Count's not like the highest level of aristocracy, but it is significantly more important than, say, a baron or a knight. You have come here because, according to the only lead you have on the crown jewels, this dead knight's incomplete, blood-stained note on who we thought might have 5 of the 7 jewels. The knight thought it was very likely that the Count of Grimhelm might have at least one of the crown jewels because when the Duke Benedict Riker killed the king, it was the Count of Grimhelm who slew Benedict Riker. So if anyone had a good opportunity to grab the jewels, would have been him. So that's our lead. You are at the castle. There are some knights waiting by the door. They see you approach. Halt! Who approaches Rain Castle? Get out of there. Thank you.
That would be us. I am Edmund Guilford.
Wait, relation to Lord and Lady Guilford?
Yes, this very same. They were my parents.
Oh, your parents were dear friends of our late Count. Please, come in.
Did the Count die in battle?
No.
No. Okay, so the Count being dead, it would be news to us?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, and, late. I'm sorry to hear that.
So it was rather recent. The lady has been struggling, especially with the other recent illness, but, I mustn't delay you.
What kind of illness?
The knights look at each other, and one of them says, "It's not our place to spread gossip. If you wish to know the lady's troubles, you had best question the lady."
That's fair.
Thank you very much.
All right, you guys are allowed inside the castle because, hey, connections.
We do have our fancy clothes, except for someone.
Except for Mont Blanc.
Hi. Mont Blanc's just got his regular outfit.
I like that.
His hood is back.
At this point, the big beast man and the dragon are passing better with the aristocracy than the scholar. Sorry, the 2 beast men and the dragon.
Edmund's just like, man, people are really getting comfortable with me looking like this now.
I find that most people are sympathetic to those who are cursed.
Noblemen and curses go hand in hand, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
That
when you
probably
en-
has
oh,
been
sorry, go on.
dual lineage.
At that comment, Charles thinks about it, goes, yeah, that tracks. Thinking about all the Greek heroes that just got cursed and horribly fucked over by the gods and other things.
Especially the way things have been going lately in the kingdom. So when you enter the castle, you see a lot of knights around, but you don't see any normal serving staff.
Yeah, there's people. Sorry, talking to myself.
No, you're fine.
Oh, music.
There we go.
Oh shit.
The knights guarding the door inside, because there's not only ones at the outside of the door, there are also some on the inside of the door, as if waiting to like rush out and attack anybody who tries to break in. They see you, and one of them's like, "Oh God, what's the line? Fuck. State your business."
Oh, we were here to see the Count, but I guess...
Count's expired. He has ceased to be.
Yes, so we were hoping to have an audience with the Countess instead.
I don't think we're supposed to be that blunt. Oh, shut up. The Countess is also extremely busy. Do you have an appointment?
I suppose not.
Well, then you best shove off. I don't know why they let you through the door. Why am I Australian the more I talk? And as he makes
that curse.
a loud, inexplicably Australian row, a door opens, and out steps a woman dressed in black garb of mourning, with just some dashes of red to match the livery of her station. A woman who, by her dress, you can only assume is the Countess of Grimhelm herself. What's the okay, visitors. Is there some new trouble in the county that I haven't heard of?
No trouble, and we're sorry for barging in on such a time, but
We've only just arrived to town ourselves.
This is not a new occurrence. Gentlemen, leave them to me. And the two knights nod and resume their posts. From the look of you, I am guessing that you have some fresh news of the goings-ons in our greater kingdom.
Yes, well, you spoke of trouble. Actually, we came here to help solve trouble.
She blinks, and then regards you with just the slightest skeptical raise of her eyebrow. Uh-huh. Care to elaborate on how?
You see, we have reason to believe your husband may have retrieved one of the crown jewels after he killed that traitorous Riker.
She flinches at the mention of her husband. Well, first, I regret to inform you that the Count passed away rather recently. About a month ago, in fact. I apologize for the state of my my manner as well. We've had to let go of a lot of the serving staff. There's been lack of security and money in the coffers. But jewel, the crown jewels, you said?
At least one of them.
How would I know it from any other jewel or gem?
Look to the group. Should we give an example?
It would not hurt.
I don't see why not.
That makes sense to me.
Why
Just
not?
the two that we have.
She looks at the jewels you have, and a sort of almost fearful awe spreads in her face as she recognizes them. And then that awe immediately melts into recriminating grief as she starts laughing in a way that is completely devoid of any mirth, but just sheer "oh fuck me" laughter.
The laughter of someone who's been trying to kill someone only to realize you've been locked up in the cell next to them.
Oh god, it's her necklace. Oh god. Great, I've lost my daughter and the hope of the kingdom.
My lady?
Your daughter?
I
What?
think you need to explain more.
And tears are streaming down her face, but she's trying to retain a noble composure, and she's like, My husband had given my daughter a necklace with a jewel just like these as the centerpiece of it. She's worn it for years. And two nights ago, we had. I have to tell you, I regret this. We had an argument. It's been hard since her father died. I've had to work so much on keeping the county under control. I have not been the best mother. And we had an argument, and I said, and I regretted the words immediately. I did not mean them, but I said I wish I never had a daughter.
Oof.
And that night, as I was working on trying to manage the county's affairs, I heard a noise in her room, and when I went to check on her, there was a beast. There was this large, shaggy creature in her room talking to her, and behind them both there was a doorway, a sort of magic doorway to another world, and she went in. It took her in. It took her away from me. She's been spirited away by the fair folk. And that means the jewel has been spirited away with her, and it's far from Engelsex, and that means we can never restore the crown.
I think it would be at this point Mont Blanc ignoring every kind of rule of composure known to society at this point. Will step forth and put a comforting hand on her shoulder and kind of look in her eyes and be like, "Ma'am, we'll help you get your daughter back."
You are here to help. I have been looking into the manor somewhat selfishly. I did not know that there was an importance beyond just the personal stake of my family, but excuse me for a second, and she goes back into her bedroom, and then comes out with a grimoire. I am not a wizard. I am not an aspirant or a witch. I have no experience with spellcasting, but we do have a small library here, and this was in it, and it does talk about opening doorways to fairyland and less savory places. And I thought maybe while managing the county's affairs, I could figure out how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had I can't leave. I can't leave my post, especially because the portal is temporary in one way. You can get in, but you can't get out. And if I got stuck there, there would be no one to lead the county.
I understand. Is she offering the grimoire or just showing it?
She's showing it.
Okay. If you would like in your stead, we would be more than happy to go retrieve your daughter for you. We're pretty clever when it comes to finding ways out of situations. Looking back
you wouldn't believe the things we've done to get these first two gems. We'd be more than happy to put ourselves to the test to get the third.
But more importantly, your daughter.
But Before you jump in, you have to understand this is a very dangerous task. There have been people who have been lost in fairyland for centuries, who do not return until the world is completely different from the one that they left. Time can pass differently there, and I do not have a way to bring you back. You would have to find a path of your own. Anything you have on you would also be there with you if you got stuck. And the needs of the kingdom outweigh the needs of my family.
Madam, if this kingdom wants to pull itself together, we have to pull ourselves together first. Lend helping hands when we can. Even if that crown jewel was not with your daughter, I would walk through that portal willingly every single time.
She sighs and she nods. It is in times like these, I suppose, when heroes will rise. I will, of course, see that you are compensated. Here, I can show you where it took place, and she opens a door and leads you into the bedroom of her daughter. You see that it is very clear a ruckus went down.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah.
I do like that Incarnate had a stuffed animal that looks almost exactly like the thing you drew.
Yeah, I was really happy when I was looking at stuff for a kid's bedroom and that was in there. And also that almost every single bed has a fucked up version, which was really great.
They even included a decapitated teddy bear.
Oh, dude, they had bits because you could like place the head and the body separately. Yeah, I had fun. All right. You are certain? Is there? If you get trapped, is there anything I can do? Do you want me to send a note to a loved one or something?
Could send a note to. Oh God, I'm blanking on her name.
Leone?
No, our witch friend.
Sycoraxine?
Sycoraxine. If
Yes.
you get stuck, anybody out of anybody, I think that she would know how to get us back, if possible.
Yeah.
Yes. She would be a good friend to ask.
Guide us back.
I shall see that it is done.
I suppose with what you said there and everything, perhaps we should leave the jewels we found in your care while we go into this other world.
It would be safer that way.
Are you certain? I will do everything I can to keep them safe, I swear to you.
I'll trust you with them.
If something happens to us, it's better they're out here still.
As far as I know,
Right.
your family has always been honorable and true to their word.
Thank you.
Charles will kind of lean down to Mont Blanc and kind of whisper, "Should we warn her that the ravening beast seems to be hunting us for them? Or at least we
She's-
suspect it is."
Mont Blanc will lean back and whispered, they are behind gated walls with more guards than any other town in the local area. If anyone could defend against the ravening beast easy, it would be this town.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. I have not performed magic before, so I will tried to keep the portal open as long as I can, but I do not think it can last more than a few seconds. And she begins reciting incantations, and pouring magic dust on the floor, or rather on the bed, because she's making it in the back wall, roughly where she had seen it before. Because it does say if a portal is open to Fairyland from a place once, it's easier to open one there again. Once the veil between worlds gets thin, it's a lot easier to start piercing. And after about a minute of chanting and then creating magic signs, you do see this glorious portal open up to a very whimsical land. A place with trees whose leaves are unnatural colors, whose trunks bend in spiral patterns, who are sometimes covered not in leaves but in tufts of cottony down. And you, when you step through, you arrive in a circle surrounded by a ring of mushrooms.
Before we go through, Mont Blanc will turn and be like, just to be sure, what is your daughter's name again?
Dora Rain.
Dora Rain.
She's 9 years old. She's almost 10. She has scarlet hair, not just red, not ginger, but scarlet. Her eyes are purple. She has a beauty mark. And tell her I love her and that I'm sorry when you see her, please.
Mont Blanc will put a hand on her shoulder and be like, I promise by my soul that I will. And then he goes through the portal.
When you all step through, she says, best of luck with you, God good be with... And then she's cut off as the portal immediately fizzles out behind you and leaves you in Fairyland! The other world, or Netherworld as some people call it. A whimsical land, and you're surrounded by these beautiful trees, this purple dirt, these lush bluish green grass, strange fruits and mushrooms. Oh, it's wonderful.
Barnaby, we're going to put you in my hood because I don't want you wandering off.
And a bright.
It is a change of pace. So normally we are not supposed to disturb the rings of mushrooms, but I think in this situation we have to.
Step over. Carefully.
What else has everyone heard about Fairyland?
I have a book here. Why don't, if you'd like to read it while we walk, it'd be probably most wise.
Stop getting inside me when I'm trying to move, goddammit.
Hey, I was there first.
Blanc and Edmund, as you read the book, you get the basics about fairies and Fairyland. Fairyland kind of treats the rules of reality like guidelines. Time and space are not constants, which is why sometimes people pop into Fairyland and pop back out like they would any other place, and sometimes they pop in and they pop out 100 years later, or 100 years earlier, or 10,000 years later, or on a completely different side of the planet.
This might be a good way for you to get home.
It is so saturated with magic that spellcasting can sometimes be dangerous in there. And also all the flora and fauna are fucking weird and often semi-immortal and capable of speech.
I'm going to get so many sketches for my sketchbook.
And as you guys march down this little path through Fairyland... Hey, I said reveal, damn it.
Roll.
Roll 20.
Let's
say
roll
no.
20,
Hello.
You immediately walk into a fucking army. You see hobgoblins, goblins, orcs, pixies, which is to say, hornet people and frog people and boar people. These strange monstrous fairies, all wearing various degrees of armor in the livery colors of of black and yellow. And they all stand before you in a phalanx, and then you hear drumming, and someone say, "Make way for the queen!" And they all part. Hey, step back.
Yes, we part too.
Yeah, step back, please. Step back, please. Step back, please. Step back, please. Hey, come on. Don't be a dick. There we are. I don't want to be in this position. Okay, fine. There we are. All right. Thank you very much. Hey, can I take your little spot? Mr. Catman, can I take your spot?
Oh,
Can we switch?
Yes. Go ahead.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Catman. All right. Make way for the queen! Yeah, we heard you. Jesus Christ, Harold. Oh, wrong track. Sorry.
It was like, oh, that is
Yeah, sorry, that's a little intense. I meant
The
this one.
queen's gonna show up skateboarding and just shredding.
And flying through the assembled army is a tall and lavishly dressed bug woman who you can only assume is the queen that they're speaking of. Although when she comes to the head, she says, "All right, so once again, I must remind you that we have changed the nomenclature. I know for the last 500 years it was queen, but the humans thought it would be trendy to start making different ranks of royalty. So I am now a countess. So you say make way for the countess, Lady Vespidi Lacewing. Not the queen, but the countess. Just think that over. Try to drill it into your mind. We'll get it. All right. Who do we have assembled here? Okay, mortals. So she did send somebody. That's interesting. Hello?
Hi.
Greetings.
Hello.
Hello there.
Oh,
What you doing in my woods? And as she says that, she takes a sip of some honey wine. Because she's a bee.
If she asks for your name, make sure to not give it to her.
Okay, yes, that's very good information for everyone here to know. But seriously, what are you doing in my forest?
rescue mission?
Oh, who are you rescuing then?
Little girl, 9, came with a bugbear.
Noble child.
Okay, so she all right, where's Theodore? Theodore! And you see a little hobgoblin goes, "Yes, mistress. I owe you 5 gold pieces." So she actually sent someone. That's very interesting. I didn't think she cared that much. Well, this is something of a tricky situation. See, the little girl is mine now by right. So, if you would like to just go back... And then she waves you off.
Can't really do that.
Oh, but I can. It's fully binding. We made an agreement. With the passing of the father, the girl is mine now. So you can just leave.
I think you need to explain more.
Mm-hmm.
Really feel like I want to, is the thing. You're a bunch of thugs hired by that bitch to steal my daughter away, and I'm not letting you. So you can just leave now. Go on, be good chaps.
Thugs is a new one.
Grunt hastily scribbles a note. But this note says we can go see her.
Really? Here's the thing. I think that's bullshit, but that was a nice try.
I mean, the note's official and everything.
Well, I think you need it notarized, so why don't you go back to the office and make sure they put the right stamps on it?
Okay, let's go to the office then.
Alright, go back to the office. I'll see you in whenever. Leave.
No, the
Mon-
office is that way.
Nope, office is back in the mortal world. I checked.
No,
Yes.
no.
Oh, this is delightful, but honestly, I have a lot of people who could kill you. Leave.
So does everyone else.
And we
A lot of people
least
have tried to
speak
kill
to
him,
the
to be
child.
fair.
confirm that she is in good health so that her human mother may be at least satisfied that she is safe.
When you say confirm that she's in good health, you see an actual, like, note of worry come across the lady's face, and she's like, I suppose her other loved ones do deserve to know that she is in a good home. But I also don't see the point in traumatizing a child like that. Fine. I will allow you to speak to the child if you prove yourselves worthy. Does that sound fair?
Depends how you want us to prove we're worthy.
Well, if your intentions are noble and true, and you are doing this not simply for coin, but out of the actual goodness of your hearts and out of the care for and compassion for my beloved daughter, then you can prove it by showing your devotion to her cause as any knight would, which is to say by beating a gauntlet. Between this woods and my castle, I shall leave a smattering of my troops. If you can get by them, with your cunning, strength, and valor, I will allow you to speak to the girl at my castle. I will consider it an adequate show of devotion to your principles and your care for the girl. If, however, you find that you are not so invested in this child's plight, you are free to leave, and my men will not waylay you in any regard. Are these not fair terms?
I'm really tempted to open up the tome and write, "Are these fair terms?" ?
Are we going to have to fight the piece of armor gauntlet? Are we going to have to get in a fist fight with it?
Speaking figuratively, dear, do you not read? Sorry, that was condescending. A gauntlet in this case refers to a series of challenges one must endure one after another to prove their worth. It's a thing that knights often go through. I apologize if this is coming off as haughty and arrogant. I'm just not sure how much of your lack of knowledge of this is genuine and how much of it is just you trying to fuck with me some more.
When it comes to Scrunt, it's 50-50 anyone's guess.
I'm getting that sense, yes.
We met him in a swamp eating, not pastos, kraken eggs.
I've met, well, other than the Kraken eggs parts, I've met several people the same way. It's true, she met me that way. Thanks, Lewis.
If my companions don't want to go, I will.
I'll take on your gauntlet.
Yes, going back is really an option.
Yes.
Yeah, that's also true.
How do you say
Might
that?
as well.
Can you not just recreate the portal that you used to get here?
No.
Nope.
That is concerning. Well, should you decide to quit, merely ask one of my men, and they shall create a way home for you. However, this is a one-time deal. If you forfeit, you may not come back and try again. Do that, and I will have you killed. On sight.
I'm down for those terms. How about the rest of you?
I think they're fair.
She is the sovereign of this land, so.
These terms are acceptable.
I look forward to you leaving my land forever. Goodbye! And you are now free to proceed.
So is this where I take the time to furiously sketch out monsters and have a little bit of a foreknowledge?
Absolutely, if you wish to.
But would that offend our Fey hosts?
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay, we go a
As we're
doodling.
walking- As we're walking, Charles just kind of looks to Evan and goes, No offense, but besides you, almost every nobility we've met has been an asshole.
Bright Eye just kind
Yeah.
of stiffens a little bit, like, okay.
And,
Wait,
yeah, it suddenly clicks. It's like, wait, Bright Eyes, I'm so sorry. Flustered bull noise. It's like, oh no.
She's never actually said she's nobility, so she just kind of stiffens for a second and then
But then-
walks on.
It suddenly remembers the whole you were engaged, so the implication was that it's like, or not betrothed, and it's like, oh fuck, I fucked up. Hoof, enter mouth.
All right. What's good old Annis gonna have to say about goblins, pixies, hobgoblins, and orcs? Okay. When you draw when you draw a hobgoblin in your beast series, like hobgoblins, just wonderful little scamps, ingeniously clever, great with finding new ways to put machines together. I saw one create a time-telling device with little moving arms that would approach certain numbers at given intervals. It was quite fascinating.
Crazy talk.
Small, just adorable, and their little polyhobs are some of the sweetest little creatures you'll ever see. I love feeding them breadcrumbs. Goblins. They're like the regular-sized candy bar version of hobgoblins. All the same fun in a slightly larger package with a great deal more killing ability. Just lovely little fellows. Orcs. Rowdy war boys! Nothing more fun than going out drinking with orcs, except, of course, going out killing people with orcs. Their poetry, though, is for discerning taste. Pixies. Pixies, the standard fairy in many's eye. The sad thing is, because of their physiology, pixies cannot survive outside fairyland in their true form for long. They must either shrink down to a more insect-sized stature or turn themselves human, in which case in both cases they risk remaining that way permanently the longer they stay outside of their home. Very skilled with wind magic, second only to sylphs, really, among fairy kind. And then finally, Lady Vespity Lacewing. It is a point of fascination that Lady Lacewing is not a purebred fairy, though she is a pixie. The feathery antennae, which grow out of her head, show a degree of sylph heritage as well. This is interesting because generally, to put it inelegantly, the mutts of fairyland do not ascend to high positions. Lady Lacewing's ability as a leader or a warrior must have been great to earn her position, and her treatment of her underlings must have been great to retain their loyalty despite the social problems she most certainly faces because of her mixed race heritage.
Most interesting. So for everybody else as we're walking down the path, hobgoblins and goblins are delightfully little mechanical geniuses. And they are fun time boys. Orcs like to murder. And poetry. Pixies are very good at wind magic. And Lady Vespity is earned in position and loyalty earned as well. Let's not get on her bad side if we can't help it.
I wonder if they've killed anyone with poetry.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Some of those tomes get
he-
awfully heavy.
there's new
Mont Blanc,
meanings of slam poetry.
Mont Blanc will write, have orcs killed people with their poetry? Question mark.
It's not really bad, it's just juvenile. I do believe that they do make large poetry tomes that have hardened leather exteriors with metal plates, which they use as a bludgeon as well as a tome, though. So in a sense, yes.
They beat people with their poetry. Perhaps we could ask these nice gentlemen up here. Or ladies, I suppose.
You fellas.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Bud. This is Wise, and the twins. Hello. And we're the first block on your gauntlet.
Wise, Urs, good to meet you.
I'm gonna kill you.
Roll initiative.
Oh my god, fucking hell. Oh, God.
So Bud and Wise are the two goblins, and the Urs are the hobgoblins at their sides.
Looks like Gray is.
Still, last one.
Right, goblins go first. Let's see here. That's easy enough.
I think I've been last in the initiative the last 4 or 5 combats.
All right. Charles does 6 hit you.
No, definitely
Nope.
not.
Shit. All right, next.
Would be Gray Boy.
Oh, it would be me. Most excellent. So you made a mention that when you go to Fairyland, magic becomes a bit wild, yes?
Yes.
Mont Blanc's book is going to shiver a bit as he's trying to come up with a solution to solve this combat problem because he doesn't fight very well.
Mm-hmm.
And then something happens with his book, and is it hiding the thing? Hello, spell? What are you doing?
I'm being a tricksy little spell.
Like revving up a chance that you gotta give a few yanks.
Did you put your modifier on it?
Even if you
Probably not.
If you don't have if it's a 0 modifier, just make that modifier as like just making sure that it's literally
There
a
we
0.
go.
Yeah, there we go.
It's kind of picky.
Okay. Well, that hits. And this is just it's up to 3 targets.
It's up to 3 targets, so I'm gonna choose Bud, Wise, and one of the Urs.
Okay, cool. You knock all 3 of them out.
Whoa.
Like they are lying in a flaming heat. The remaining Ur is like, well, I think you can go past. I'm gonna go drag these guys off to the med. Oh god, they oh jeez. Oh, my brother Ur, he looks like he's ready to be eaten. I gotta get him to a healer fast. Oh fuck.
I'm sure he'll get better.
I'm gonna pat the fire off of the.
Yeah.
Is this Bud or
Yeah.
Ur? Bud or Wise?
Bud and Wise don't look that good either. You fucking flame broiled him. Jesus Christ. Insert the D&D, the Midgeheimer equivalent of Jesus Christ here. Oh, shit.
Grunt goes up and just dumps loose dirt on any flaming bits.
They're not on fire, but they do have 3rd-degree burns all over them.
Oh jeez.
Mont Blanc looks traumatized. He's like, bad.
I thought we were just gonna scrum a little bit. Oh, God.
I need to use my magic to heal him.
You can if you want.
I don't really because it's 10 per.
At least if you can heal her, he looks the worst off of the 3.
Just let me take him away, please. I'll get him. Just let me take him away.
Yeah, go on.
Do you need
All
help?
right.
Okay.
Congrats, guys.
I feel guilty that I didn't heal them, but it's like.
Mom,
Nerve.
guys,
All right. right, so you've got 3 paths here. You've got this path with the weird glowing trees. You've got this well-cultivated path with planted bushes, and you've got this 3rd path leading down.
What the fuck was that?
It was you lit people on fire. That's what that was.
Yeah. Remember, Mont Blanc, they're threatening our lives too.
Mhm.
Bright Eyes is gonna just reach over and put a hand on your shoulder and go, "Are you okay?"
And like he's just looking at his hands like, I don't know.
Burned a man alive tonight.
Get out of here, Seuss.
Okay, paths. Glowy trees, colorful trees, a path that leads to certain doom.
Well, I'd pick a path, but good chance if I did that, we're gonna run into some wolves.
I don't know if they're native here in the normal sense.
I mean, they probably
There
find a
are.
way. They probably find
There
a way.
absolutely are fairy wolves, but I don't know if I have them in the bestiary yet. If I've figured out what that would be. That's an interesting question for William to figure out later.
Sparkle wolves.
No.
So, upper left, bottom left, right. Upper left is the glowy path, bottom left is the bottom path, and right is the well-manicured path. The horticulture path.
So if I had to take a gander,
Hmm.
Mont Blanc says, composing himself after a second. The glowing tree path is probably the more wild way. The cultured path is probably the garden way, which is the obvious slur for going, hey, this is where the castle is because they maintain the garden. And the path down that has nothing is either the right path or certain doom. So I say let's start with this one.
Works for me.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
So on the glowy path?
Go on the glowy
Glowy.
path.
All right.
Glowy path. Glowy path.
I gotta put my Jokmir Forest soon on. Keep the mood up, William. If I can find it, there we go. Okay. Okay. So you guys, wish there was a just reveal everything button, but yeah, that's fine. Probably is. I just haven't figured it out. Okay. So you go by this path lit with glowing trees, and eventually you come across a fairly large house or manor, with a large, scaleless, slimy, orange, 6-legged lizard, a shaggy green man who's kind of short and squat, a very fish-like mermaid, you would have to guess, and what looks to be a little fluttering butterfly sitting on some little benches by the front porch and just sort of chatting with each other. And when they see you coming, the green man's like, "Oh boy, it's mortals! Oh, I love me some mortals! Hello, mortals!"
Hello.
Hello!
Hello?
It's mortals! And the salamander looks up and goes, "Hi!
Hi.
Hi.
You wouldn't happen to be studiers of magic, would you?"
Somewhat, yes.
Yes.
Splendid! Would you mind if we talked about magic? We just love discussing the subject.
Sure.
I wouldn't mind.
All right.
The mermaid-looking one, well, and I should put their character art in here. You've seen it before, but just so that we can have a refresher. The mermaid-looking one says, "I I need William to look at the session sheet so he can remember my name. I am Hydrothrym, the Undyne, elemental of water. I am Griod, the gnome, elemental of earth. I'm Ariel, the sylph, a wind elemental. Lottie Lotto, Salamandro, elemental of fire. Now tell me, do you know what the 4 basic elements of magic are?
Going to guess fire, wind, earth, and water. Looking
Okay.
at each of them in turn.
All right. Here's a slightly trickier question. What bodily fluids are associated with each element?
Would this
Bile,
be
blood.
But what kind of bile? And which element?
Is blood fire?
Oh, unfortunately, no.
Dang it.
I would assume blood would be water.
Nope. Wrong again.
Isn't blood the air?
Yes, it's wind. Oh, that's right. That's absolutely right. Water is actually phlegm. Which I don't
Oh.
appreciate, but that's how it is. And black bile goes to good old Earth, while yellow bile, fire. Right. I have another question for you. What fairies are said to be innate masters of each element?
That's you guys, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'll say Montblanc has pulled out a smaller second notebook and is just furiously writing down everything.
Okay, here's a tricky one for you. What can you get by combining fire magic with water magic?
Steam?
Well, that's what you get by combining fire and water. And true, you could get some steam if you added in a little pinch of wind in there. But actually, when you're combining the magics, you get a different result.
That would be lightning, yeah?
Close, but no. I'll give you a hint.
Lava?
Not quite. That's fire and earth. Sorry, out of turn. I'll give you a hint. Snakes sometimes have it.
Venom!
Poison, venom, yes. All right. Here's one that I bet you. Oh, actually, Lottie, do you want this one? Fire and wind.
Fire and wind.
Didn't we already get told that?
No, fire and earth was lightning, apparently.
That's right. Okay, now here's one. How about water and earth?
I know these are in your.
Think about it. Earth is solid. What happens when you make water solid?
Ice?
Oh, ice.
Ice! There you go! Okay, we're almost done. What mortal creatures are capable of attuning to all 4 elements of magic?
Dragons?
Humans.
That is true. That's very true. But is there another as well? I'll give you a hint. Who are the most gifted spellcasters of all the mortal kind?
Humans.
Humans! All right, well, I think they're very knowledgeable, don't you, gang? They all nod. Well, then, I'm going to give you a quest, because we love teaching people about the elements, and because you're from the mortal world, I would like you to seek out masters of the elements in your own area. I have this map here for you that shows you where 4 masters of the elements live in Engelsix. Now, these are extraordinary creatures. We've talked to them before. And if you can prove your mastery of the elements to them, they will give you a great boon. But be warned, they are not to be trifled with lightly. They could kill you if you're dicks, so, be on your best manners.
And don't worry if you can't overcome them at first. Learning is all about overcoming your mistakes and trying again.
We love teaching people, don't we?
You should start a school or something. It would be very helpful.
Cool. I don't know if I want to spend all my time with rich brats.
You make sure it's open to everyone.
Not for consent! Who would fund such a thing? It's impossible.
But nothing's impossible as long as you try it.
Good idea.
Fairly well.
Mhm.
Should we
It was a
ask them
pleasure
what
to
they're
meet you.
doing? Yes. Should we ask them what they're doing here? Oh, I don't really give a fuck.
You happen to know the way to the palace?
No, we could have tried to. I mean, it's down from us. It's like south, so just there's like a path down there. You can just go that way, I suppose. We don't really try to trifle with the royalty. We like living here alone.
Kind of fun just being 4 friends, always together.
Ah, if it could always be that way, that'd be great.
Sounds kind of peaceful.
Um,
No cares or responsibilities of your own to deal with.
Easy. Before we go, may I ask a small request of you?
Yeah, sure.
I have been tasked with documenting magical creatures and beings along my travels. Would it be alright if I sketched you down in my journal here? He says, holding the very clear grimoire.
Okay, but the shawl stays on.
Why does everybody think I'm going to do nudes?
It is really
It's the-
worrying.
It's the mustache.
Yeah, it's the mustache.
Damn.
So, is Montblock's book going to show up in a Wizard School Mystery as Montblock's Monstrous Menagerie?
Who can say?
Really? I swear to fuck.
I'm gonna figure out like how I cheekily reference this once this is done. I mean, for all we know, Mont Blanc will get eaten by dogs, and his book will be burned to cinders before we're through. We don't know how things necessarily are gonna both play out.
We are being chased by very persistent dogs. So I mean, that is on the charts for all of us.
Yeah.
It's just gonna end
So,
this
yes.
being eaten by a fucking dog.
But anyways, so you sketch these 4 wonderful fairy teachers, one for
Yes.
each element. And you sketch them together because they're together, and the heading is the elementals: a sylph, a gnome, an undine, a salamandrel. The elementals are so called because they are 4 fairies who, while generally only attuned to one element of magic, attune to it as strongly as one can. Few creatures can match a salamandrel's mastery of fire, or a sylph's mastery of wind, a gnome's mastery of earth, and an undine's mastery of water. They are profoundly gifted with the magics they attune to. They are also fairly common, and because of their skill, often hold middle to high ranks in the very rigid caste system of the Fairfolk.
Mm-hmm. And I put their names down next to each one. And it's like, alright, thank you very much.
Thank you! Always happy to shape bright minds. Wish I could do it forever.
Like I said, give that school thought a process. The mortal realm could really use somebody with guiding hands like yours.
And plus, you could always have your spirits watch over it.
Why do you say weird things?
I don't know. It sounds like a lot of work. I think you have it pretty good here already.
That is true. We have a nice pond out back. It's very, very spacious. And the
Oh,
tunnels I've been
everything
making, they get so huge. La-di-la, don't like it with friends.
Well, in any case, don't be afraid to give it a thought. Cheerio, and until next time. Why the fuck did I say cheerio? What am I, British?
I mean, technically, yes. All right. Do you guys go down, or do you go back the way you came? It's important for me to know.
Down?
This was actually very complex to map out, so I need to know where you're going.
We're going down.
They did,
Yeah.
like, give us the advice to go south, so.
Down, down, down.
Down to Goblin
Goblin
Town.
All did it at once.
Right.
They were really nice, and I feel a lot more comfortable with potentially using magic again. Might give it a minute, though.
It was very helpful.
Indeed.
I didn't even know I could do it.
Not that I think I'm going to
Oh, come on!
use it.
I mean,
That's why
Let's go.
we're at the edge.
I don't know if the people watching this can see the stuff happening, but I just love watching your little minis go on the map. It's so cute.
Get
Um,
back here.
Okay.
Oh, Edmund's getting away. Edmund, we have to share space. Remember this. Safety
Okay,
in
so-
numbers.
As you go down the path, you hear before you see a ruckus down there, and as you get there, you see on one side a man-sized blue caterpillar sitting on a mushroom, being
Oh, no.
throttled by an individual wearing half-plate armor. Which is to say armor that goes from like the waist up. They've also got quilted armor beneath it and a big quilted armor skirt protecting their legs. And their helmet is very distinct because while most helmets protect the back of the head and leave the face exposed, this one is almost like a welder's mask. It has a faceplate over the front, and then the back only protects the crown of the head to make room for two enormous pigtails growing out of the back of jet black hair. As you suddenly realize that you've seen this person before.
yeah.
Leone!
How'd you get here?
And you see this person in armor. She's throttling the caterpillar and says, "If you fucking tell me I got the poem wrong one more fucking time, I am going to scream in your face.
Hey, Leone, can we rob your dad?
Maybe you're just not smart enough to recite poetry right. I'm gonna punch you. I swear to God, you stupid fuck. I am gonna take that weird pipe you have and shove it in whatever your species has for it." Oh, hey guys.
Hi.
Hey, Leone.
Hello!
Can we rob your dad?
I mean, sure. Also, how? How are you here?
Are you here?
Maybe they're here to teach you how to recite poetry. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna commit murder on you.
Oh, she looks fucking badass.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Dang.
We're here to rescue the next town up's. Was she a countess?
Yes.
The daughter of the countess of the town you're from.
I've been taken by the
Oh,
fairy count.
You've been to Grimhelm? Okay,
That's
so
why
now
we wanna rob
now
your
I get
dad.
what you just said. You want to rob my dad.
Yeah,
What did
we-
he yell at you for not wiping your shoes or something?
No, we went into.
Maybe
Probably
he yelled at
actually
them for
spend
not
money.
doing poetry because, like you, they're dumbasses. I will kill
Oh
you.
my god.
I will fucking murder you.
We will find a giant chicken. Don't worry.
And then the caterpillar leaves. That probably didn't come through, I imagine.
Came
partially
through
did.
just
You got enough to get the gist.
So it sounded like it was just gone, like just Team Rocketed away.
It was actually kind of perfect.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so you're actually here for a reason. Okay. I'm here because that big wolf chased me, and a rabbit in a waistcoat told me to jump in a hole. And a wolf was chasing me, so I was like, yeah, okay. And then the rabbit fucked off and left me here. I'm assuming this is either, like, hell or fairyland, one of the two.
Fairyland. Fairyland.
I was really guessing hell with that caterpillar. He said he wouldn't show me the way out unless I recited a poem for him, but every poem I knew he told me I was saying wrong, and I swear I was going to kill him. I was going to commit murder on a caterpillar.
Can I sketch the caterpillar? Does he count?
Yeah, he counts. But when you get it all, it says, Sylph larva. Known for having really angsty, edgy teen phases. Which is why he was negging a girl about her poetry.
Oh God, smoking a hookah is like the equivalent of smoking clove cigarettes.
Oh God.
Also, this is part of my smear campaign on the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. I think he's an asshole.
He is.
He is. I'm just laughing that Leone is Alice now in this setting.
Oh, before I forget, Leone, we were able to talk to the people of your house because we went to your house after we nearly murdered your dad in the shop.
Oh my God, you're obsessed with me. She
No,
says
he's
in a
just-
dismissive way with a hand.
We didn't
No.
even know it was your family's shop until we go in and he started spouting about how great the imbecile shop was, and we're like, oh, any relation to you? And
Oh, he didn't
Can I
like
tell
that,
you?
did he?
No.
Oh,
no,
fuck
he
no.
thought we were debt collectors at first.
So we're
There's-
going to rob him
In
blind.
his defense, there's a good chance that could have been accurate. That might have happened a couple of times.
Well, he doesn't know
Fair.
it.
When
but
we
we're gonna
scoped
take a
out
left
your
at it.
mansion. Sorry.
It's alright. I was just making a joke.
When we scoped out your home, the help seemed to speak. They spoke of you fondly, not so much of your father, though.
Her expression noticeably softens. Like she's already smiling because she knows she likes you guys. You saved her life. But like whatever edge she had from having to talk to that fucking hipster caterpillar completely softens when you mention the help, and like just turns into sort of like the kind of sad affection that a person has for people they care about but have not seen in a while. Are they all doing all right? Is he paying them well?
They seem to be doing fine. They were mostly concerned about you. Speaking of which one of us has the box? Because Grayson doesn't remember.
I think it was.
Bright Eyes?
Probably Bright Eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
At Bright Eyes, do you still have the box?
Yes. I do.
Longshanks might be sitting in it.
I'd have to put down my bag and root around in it. I imagine Longshanks doesn't get off the bag while I do this.
No, he does not. He seems to visibly enjoy making this slightly more frustrating. In the way cats do.
You pull out the box and he immediately hops up and perches on it.
I eventually do get the box out, though.
Right. You give it to her and she opens it and like smiles with this big, toothy, happy grin, and she starts pulling things out. My mirror, my comb, my Naka bear, and you see this really, really tiny, like, almost loved to pieces scrap teddy bear, like clearly made from pieces of fabric that were like that was mostly used for a dress, and then worn very, very thin from childhood affection.
No.
Oh my gosh! It's some of my stuff!
Your father was going through trying to clear out the last of it, but the house staff saved this and asked us to bring it to you.
So it's all of my stuff. And there's a brief moment of like a brief flash of panic and sadness but she's holding her Naka Naka bear, so she just hugs that tight to her breastplate and is like, oh, shit, you guys are quickly becoming my favorite people.
Starting to
Okay.
think that maybe we should make it, rather than stealing this store, make it so that you take over, because
We can't murder him. That's still
that's
a
why
crime.
I said we had to figure it out. Because
I
if it
don't-
was easy as that, I would just say we kill him.
It's
Okay,
not murder if
I-
he just vanishes.
I appreciate the intent, but I think running a store again would be a ring of hell. It would be a plane of torment that I don't want to be part of again. It's not a fun job.
I can understand that. Yes.
You got me my stuff back. That's enough. So, okay, so you guys are like on a quest again? Is it the same
Yes.
quest?
Sword
Jewel quest?
Continuation.
Jewel quest, yes.
It's a
Different
combination of the
languages.
same one, yeah.
I'm assuming you've got a way back.
Nope.
Sort of.
Nope.
I assuming you're looking for a way back.
Yes.
Yes.
We're hoping Raxi will put, if all else fails, if we can't find a way back here, maybe Raxi will be able to help us out.
Okay, I like my chances better with you guys. So, you mind if I just sort of tag along for a bit?
I would
No,
not mind.
we would love to have you. We'd love
Go
to
ahead.
have you along.
All right. You now have Leone Imbecile as your guest star party member.
Yay!
Oh, that's why you're asking about that. Wait, no, you didn't ask. That was someone else. No. I'm in too many games. The streams are crossing.
It happens.
I like your armor.
Thanks. They had the blacksmith in Peralt checks it up for me.
Certainly.
May
fits
have
you.
paid a little bit more than I should have for it, but I mean, it looks really nice. I like the gilding.
It suits you very well.
Kind of
Yeah.
Oh,
whispered to Bright Eyes, we should give her some of the Phoenix Ashes.
Oh yeah, that'd be a great idea.
All right.
as,
So,
a heads up, Leone, we are technically speaking on a small quest from a local.
yeah, you said
Countess.
something about rescuing a girl.
Yes. So,
Ah.
Countess of the human world, her 9-year-old daughter or so,
Mhm.
got Fred napped to the Fey world, and I think it's a more complicated situation than we were led to believe. But I also think emotions are running high because the Duke died. So we're doing this quest. We have to prove our worthiness that we're good heroes.
I met the Count once. He was a really nice guy.
Yeah, apparently he's dead, and we're saving the daughter from the Fey lands.
Okay.
That may not be her daughter.
Let me tell you what I found out so far. 1, if there's people having a tea party in the woods, don't talk to them. They're bug flux crazy. 2, the flowers can talk here and they're very rude. 3, most things can talk here and are very rude. 4, and then a bunch of pixies attack you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, hello,
Yeah.
pixies.
Hi.
They're rude too.
Let's roll some initiatives.
Okay.
Mont Blanc, I swear, we can't go first again. I can't do it. There you
Broke the
go,
curse
Mont
and no
Blanc.
longer last.
Did Leone fucking win the initiative order with a,
Yes.
with a 0 modifier? I gotta see if she beats the pixies. Well, yeah, she does. Okay. Oh, I mean, it matches, but I think matches go in the party's favor.
She just instinctively just swats the fly swatter.
All right, she's like, as she withdraws her fucking warhammer, she's like, okay, gonna prove my worth to you guys. And then she heads up and immediately tries to fucking bash a pixie's head in. Thank God they're wearing armor. Okay.
Damn.
Yep. Okay. So she does 16 fucking damage to a pixie.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Okay, and he's like,
Leone.
Jesus Christ, fuck you! So it's Dex plus Will, so that's just a double 8s. Look at you, you lazy fuck. Does that hit Leone? No, it doesn't. Right, the pixie shoots a little pixie bolt, and it, like, bounces off of the armor, and Leone just fucking laughs in its face.
Yeah, I don't think she can go back to being a shopkeep after this.
I don't think
She has a taste for blood now.
I don't think it would be safe for anybody else for her to go back to being a shopkeep either. Because at this point, she would murder her customers if they pissed her off.
She will not go back to retail.
The dream of all retail workers. Can I murder a
Oh
customer?
god, that
today?
is her core motivation.
She
Never
literally said as
again.
much.
Wait,
Okay,
is
who's...
Leone the Kobeni? No,
She
no,
is.
It's not that pathetic.
She's Kobeni. She's like a hybrid of Kobeni and Power.
Sorry, nerd stuff.
Yes, I got you. I chainsawed that man. Next in order is Scrunt. It looks like, yeah.
Tis me.
You got a bunch of bug people. You got 4 bug people. One of them just got a real good whack on the noggin. Good old bonkus of the conkus.
Okay, I'm gonna just slap him with my dragon claws. Did it go through? Does an 8 hit?
Unfortunately, it does not. The pixies are a bit tougher.
Dizzy has a good question there. He asked if Leone's armor is made out of iron, but then I also saw that Scrunt's new claws are iron.
Her armor would be made of iron because iron's the most common armor material. Not just because of fairies, but just because, like, it's very common and sturdy metal. Steel
Yeah.
takes a lot more work to make, whereas refining Grunt, does 14 hit you?
No.
Well, there we go. We have like 3 6s. No, we got 2 6s. So it's Edmund or Charles. Who wants to swing at a bug first?
I thought. Okay, I thought it was 2 5s.
Is it 2 5?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
I
Edmund's
got-
5.
I
So
got-
then it's Charles. It's Charles. Sorry.
Yeah,
Charles.
It's a little late. I could be
No worries.
excused
Okay.
for not seeing the West.
You're right.
Then I'm going to. Yeah, just simple. Bonk.
That misses.
Okay.
Third pixie, am I correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third pixie is like, you know what? I'm gonna go for the nerd and shoots at Mont Blanc.
Jeez.
Wow.
Is that magic or regular defense? It doesn't matter. They're both. It beats both.
Okay, that's good. You take 13 bolt damage.
Ow! Rude.
Yeah, that's a pixie sting, fucker! You tell her, Charlene. Pretty sure it's a him. How can you tell?
It's the mustache.
I didn't realize people didn't like my mustache.
I thought those were markings of royalty. Only in Hornet's dear.
All right. Allow me to interject here.
Okay, yeah, you can interject. Oh, shit! Oh, wait, no, that's a 6. Never mind, fuck you.
How did I miss? That's like
I'm just imagining like the pixie did
Just-
like cringe and then looked like, oh, nothing happened.
Edmund,
Okay.
does 12 hit you?
Defense or magic defense?
Defense.
Does not hit.
All right. Because even though these are magic attacks, they're hitting your physical body. They count for physical attacks because they're little stings. They're kinetic, if one will. Okay, then I'm out of pixies, and there's 2 more of you.
I think it's who goes.
The next 5.
Oh,
That
that
should
would
be
be me.
Montblanc.
Hi. Mont Blanc.
Wait. About Bright Eyes and Charles.
Charles
I
went.
tried bonking and missed.
Mont
Bright
Blanc
Eyes
has
is
a
bottom.
5 and Bright Eyes has a 4, so Mont Blanc and Bright Eyes would be the end of the order.
Okay. Gotcha.
Mont Blanc's going to stay back. Actually, no. I think I have enough MP to still do 1 spell. And I did take a hit. Which one was the one that shot me? Was it this one?
Would be this one.
Ah, yeah, so I'm gonna come over here and I'm like, hi, I just found out I'm magic, so apologies if this doesn't work.
Oh, congrats on being magic. Ah!
It's a horrible noise.
Okay.
Jesus.
Jesus.
think that works.
That one's like, oh fuck, I'm out. Because you put him in crisis.
Put him in crisis.
So you take half of that back as health.
I was worried that you drank
That's-
the pixie.
11.
I mean, you kind of did. Just not to completion.
Nope.
What?
So it's 11.5, so I'm just gonna go at 11.
You would round down to 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Bright Eyes, you're finishing out the round.
Right. Since it's what my class is made to do, I'm gonna ask Longshanks if they'll breathe fire on one of them. Go for it, Longshanks. Nope, that's a magic attack of 4. Thanks.
Their magic defense is actually low. So that hits.
Okay. Not a lot of damage. 13.
Which one are you hitting?
This one, I guess.
That's the one Leone beat the shit out of, and you've put it in crisis. So, whoop! The 2 remaining pixies see that it is 2 against 6, and that you have a fucking dragon, and that one of you is some sort of vampire, and they also leave. Congratulations, guys! You did that one without immolating people.
Sort of.
Well,
Not for lack of trying.
I mean, without immolating, you immolated one person, so that's still improvement.
Didn't just one-shot the encounter by accident.
It's almost like some of these encounters are purposely weak because there's a lot of different ones you could possibly run into.
but it's so thematically funny because it's just like Montblanc's like, oh hey, I was just learning this spell, accidentally nukes them, and it's just like, oh god, what did I do?
Jeez, what happened?
So I think I figured out more of what's happening. The page that's lighting up when I'm doing the magic is Peg Prowlers.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure she used that one on you, Edmund.
Yeah, I remember that.
Pretty cool. What a wonderful justification. I'm guessing you guys are going to the right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Okay.
not much else to go.
Alright, you guys are in the upper left-hand corner. I can actually have just Leone show you where to start now.
Oh boy.
Okay. So you got this little crossroads. Do you go down or do you go up?
They said down, right?
Did say that.
They said-
That's what I remember.
It said
I mean,
south.
if the cardinal directions mean anything here.
That is completely true.
Barnaby,
That's
which
a
way
good
should we
point.
go?
Interestingly, both of these are cultivated paths.
So if we had gone the cultivated path the first way, we would have come down here. I think, eventually.
Oh, maybe. I guess if I factor in all the directions we're going, that makes sense.
But anywho,
Yeah, because it would have, to get here, it would have had to make the same kind of loop going in the opposite direction that we made.
do we want to try to backtrack or go down?
Let's keep trying this.
Let me backtrack.
Might as well keep going on the way path we are on.
Just following your guys' lead.
Kind of game where you try to cover every square inch you can before doing what you have to do.
Well, I'm just saying that we might miss things.
True.
And like,
I want to check things.
but we can at least take a look down here, and if there's a bunch of guards, we just turn around and go back up the path. Right?
Wonderful.
Like, what's the worst thing we can run into out here?
Let's find out.
We're going to find out now that you said something.
Yeah, you had to drink it.
Well, of course.
There he is.
Okay.
Hi.
Give me 1 second, guys. Where's my damn lyrics? You're supposed to put them in there. I can't sing the song without the lyrics.
Okay, Nate?
Fuck. Why did I not put this in the session document? This would have been really cool if I hadn't fucked it up.
It's alright.
It's alright. And so I do have them written down somewhere. I just, for some reason, they're not in the session document. That's fucking weird. Why didn't I copy them? That's stupid. But okay, here we go. Bubba Bugbear, larger than the tallest shrub. You'll rue the day that you cross the bub. Bubs is a nickname, only friends can call me that. So you can't, 'cause you're a bunch of prats. Was that too rude of me? I'm sorry, that was mean. Let's move on and wipe the slate clean. Bubba Bugbear, stronger this is the goblin singing. Mortal fools are the kind he likes the least. These are my goblin buds, they're really awesome too. They'll back me up as I take care of you. Big Bubba Bugbear, fiercer than the hottest flames. You could have run, now you must take the pain. And with that, you're in a boss fight. Roll initiative.
What?
We get a fabulous point?
That was very good. By the
No,
way.
he is not the villain of this arc. Actually, you should have gotten one earlier when you met the Countess, but this guy is not our villain, mechanically speaking. He's more of a mini-boss.
Okay.
Wait, which countess?
The one at the center of the plot.
Another 6.
Okay.
Oh, you clever fucker.
Critical success, Mont Blanc. You like going first.
Okay, Mont Blanc. Oh yeah, and I should have rolled for Leone. Good thing you guys went on the path where you gain an extra muscle.
Yeah.
There were literally 2 other ways you could have gone, and you chose the smart one.
Woo!
Hey, alright.
I mean, it's just RPG things. It's like, alright, that's the dangerous looking place. Alright, that's the place that's gonna have the good loot.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the loot is a party member.
Alright, one of you fucking crit, so, like, you win.
Yay!
Mont Blanc, you get to go first.
Fantastic. Now, given that this gentleman seems to be very musical and not actually wanting to interrupt the number, I'm going to roll a where is it?
Pause 1 second. I would keep the Gato song going, but I didn't realize that there was that very audible fade So I'm gonna go back to the normal battle theme. Just imagine he has his own custom boss music, but doesn't have this weird dip when the song loops.
Okay.
I'm going to roll a dodge. And with the... I do have a quick question.
Yes.
With the Frood's Pocket Fairyland Field Guide, would this count as an opposed check against fairies?
Yes. Everything you are facing here is a fairy.
Oh, then I should have been adding 2 to everything.
Yes. All right. What does that do? What does dodging do when a monster hasn't attacked you yet?
I guess make sure I don't get hit when it tries to hit me. If it tries to
Okay.
hit me?
So it's like defending, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all right. That sounds good. One of the hobgoblins is gonna step. Let me do it, Bubs! I'll cut him! This is what you get for Budweiser and one of the others!
It was an accident. I'm sorry.
Going for you now! Does 12 hit you, Mont Blanc? As it attacks you with a pole arm?
It would hit me with a pole arm, but it misses my dodge.
That's right! Oh, fuck.
It's just like Mont Blanc. I was like, I'm sorry.
Okay, one of you is next.
I think it's Bright Eyes?
I think it is.
Good.
Alright.
And then Leone afterwards.
And then me.
Alright, well, there's one big man in the middle, and I have something that sets things on fire, and he's also a shag carpet, so
Oh
It's
no.
true.
It's gonna smell so bad.
it's gonna smell so bad if it hits.
It does. Ow! Oof! Oof!
Max damage too.
That stings! Whoa. Oh, you got a little dragony guy! That's cute! I mean, get the fuck out!
No, it's fine. He likes being called cute.
If you weren't trying to take that little girl away, I'd give him a little pat! Should I go first? No, Bobs, I'll do it! I'm gonna get this big cowman! Cowman! Are you ready?
Oh.
Does 8 hit you, cowman?
Bounce him off the shield.
Oh, Bubs, I'm sorry. I couldn't get past his shield. It's all right. You try your best. It's one of you guys at this point. We're doing this gentlemanly like.
Yeah, Leone.
Oh, fuck.
She's a scary one. Watch out.
Yeah, I'm going to bash your head in. Oh, Christ.
Try to do it gently, please.
She swings and misses. Oh, shit. Still getting used to the weight of this thing. It's okay. We all gotta learn. All right, Bubs. I'm gonna show him what Goblin Tough is made out of. All right, you do that. Just don't overexert yourself. Thanks, Bubs. All right. Strong lady. Does 11 hit you? I gotta look at my stats. I've made this more complicated for myself, but also enjoyable. No. Oh. How close was I? You were good. You were pretty close there. I'll take that as a win. It's not, though. I know. Alright, it's one of you again. And not controlled by the GM, so, easier.
It's me.
So look at him. He's like a snake man.
Alright, I'm gonna try hitting. Gonna try hitting one of the goblins.
Alright.
Alright. Does a 9 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Take anything extra from the iron?
Oh, yeah, it'd be doubled.
Oh,
Okay, So, important note: are you hitting a goblin or a hobgoblin?
Goblin. The bigger
Okay.
one.
Second. Ow! Shit! He's got iron, boss. Oh, are you hurt? I can still fight, boss. I can tough it out. No, man, you got a family. Get the fuck out of here. All right, that's one less goblin. So I think that's just the rest of you is you guys now.
I think it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm going to. It hasn't worked very well today, but I'm gonna try to smack one of the hobgoblins, the tiny ones.
Okay.
The six
That
hit.
hits. That hits.
Okay.
Their defense sucks.
Yeah, just doing like a firm but not dangerous like overhead bonk. Just like, yeah.
Oh fuck! Oh, no!
Oh, come on, get out of here.
No, I can still fight, boss.
Are you sure? Because I mean,
No.
that took you out. That took you pretty low. I'm fairly certain you've only got 20 HP, and that puts you in crisis.
Yeah, boss, it
You
did.
should go.
Okay, I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry.
go.
Or yeah, I mean, who's gonna finish that novel you're working on if you die? Get out of here. Jesus, you guys are chewing up my guys. Who's next?
Who is next? I'm too busy
Edmund?
laughing.
Edmund.
Yeah, Edmund's left.
Okay, there's no one on enemy team to go.
There's a hobgoblin, a goblin, and then Big Bubs himself.
Well, then allow me to take a bite out of you.
Oh,
Like,
fuck!
with an axe, not.
Okay, Jesus. That was getting a little weird. Oh,
Oh.
God!
Oh no!
Were you I need to know, were you attacking a goblin or a hobgoblin?
Oh, I was attacking the big guy.
Oh, you were attacking Bubs! Oh, thank God. Oh, you would have killed the hobgoblin. You would have outright killed him. Ouch! That's pretty good. You're good at that axe, buddy.
Boss,
You're the
I'm
one who
pretty,
took,
I'm
you're the
pretty
one who
sure.
took the girl, aren't you?
Yeah, you know what? And I'm proud of that. It sucked there. All she had to do was cry. Every day, just crying. That's not what a little kid should be doing. They should be laughing and smiling.
Boss, I'm pretty sure if they hit me like that.
Yeah, you get out of here, Tim.
Okay.
Boss, can I go too? Yeah, it's okay. See you at the pub, buddy. All right. All right, you got my guys, but I'm still in it. But we're at the top of the turn order, so one of you gets to go first.
Oh boy, it's me.
Look,
Oh boy, it's me.
throw Barnaby
So
out.
we're gonna see how this rolls first.
Doubles.
Doubles.
Hey.
So Mont
But
Blanc's
the
going to
crit.
look. So Mont Blanc's going to look at Bugsy here, and he's like, "If it's all right with you, I'd rather not hurt anybody else. Could we please stop?"
I mean, the thing is, if we stop fighting and I let you go, you're gonna take that little girl back to the castle, and she's gonna. Here, just a second. Hey, Reginald, can you turn off the music? We're having a conversation. All right. All she does in that castle is cry, and she used to play. And she used to play around, and sometimes I'd come out and she'd throw a tea party, or I'd be the monster she has to slay, and we'd have fun. But then her pops died, and it's just been crying all the time and fighting, and that's not what a little girl's life should be like.
It really shouldn't, but her mom's really worried sick about her. We want to
Got
make
a
sure she's
funny
doing
way
okay.
of showing it. We're gonna treat her really good here. Lady Vespity gave her a room, and we give her feasts, and every night she plays, and we get to laugh.
And I'm Yeah, I'm just. Her mom's worried sick, you know, and it's not easy when you lose people like that. And I don't. She just wants to make sure she's doing okay. And we're going to try to work. I think if we're smart, we'll try and work a way out where she can come visit here and the kingdom. Like, do a kind of a back and forth kind of a deal so she's not stuck in one place all the time.
And you've spoken to the girl, yes, about how upset she was to lose her father.
I've been looking after her for like 9 years.
And now just imagine what her mother's going through, losing both her husband and now her daughter too. And did you say 9 years?
9 years, yeah, since she was born.
Oh, okay.
Lady told me to keep an eye on her, make sure she was a happy little kid and she lived a long and happy life.
Mm-hmm. And you've been doing a good job of that.
Yeah, and she's been crying all the time, and I don't know what to do because I can't make her laugh anymore when she's over there.
Sometimes Bugs. Okay, out of character. It's Bugsy, right?
It's Big Bubba Bugbear. His friends call him Bubs, but you're not his friend, so you don't get to call him that.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was not calling him the wrong thing.
But you're not his friends yet.
Yeah, we're not his friends yet. Bubba, it's a rough time over there right now, and I don't blame you at all for being concerned about her and bringing her
Get why
over
her
here.
dad just can't be back. And his big monster head droops down. I guess I didn't describe him for the viewers. Big Bubba Bugbear is this. He's a big furry orange monster with purple spots and green bird feet. He's got a jawline that extends way past his eyes, which are like at the exact front of his face. And he's got big pointy ears like a fox. And the ears are drooping, and his eyes have the most sad, pitiful expression as two giant, glowing yellow eyes can have. Just, why can't her dad just come back and she can smile and laugh? And he starts sniffling and sobbing a little bit, like
And
not full on weeping, but just like a little kid beginning to bawl.
And like Mont Blanc puts an arm around him a little bit just to help console and ease, because sometimes the difference between how do I put this? How old are you, Bubba?
Call me a kid, and I'm old enough to take on a job.
Well, and like he like goes for like the sit down. It's like,
I'm 12.
oh no. Well, Bubba, one of the important things you're gonna learn about the difference between us and the other world and you guys here in Fairyland is that folks like us in the normal world eventually go away for good, and it's sometimes way too early. And it ain't right, and it leaves these horrifying wounds that make her cry and cry and cry.
She's a kid. She shouldn't have to cry.
No kid should have to cry.
Supposed to
Bubba.
make sure she's happy. And she gotta fight with her mom.
It's not fair on anyone in the situation. Her mom's been going through stuff because she's got to take up her dad's job and her job. And she didn't mean to lash out at her. She instantly regretted it. But she didn't even get the chance to say she was sorry. You know? You can't fix things if you just run away from all your problems. You gotta face them head on.
And like he's choking back tears, which with his very large, wide, like deep back set mouth looks really weird. It looks almost like he's like snapping the air. You promise that you're gonna make sure she can be happy?
Mont Blanc looks him as dead in the eyes as he can and goes, I'll make sure that she'll be happy and that she'll have someone to talk to about these things and she'll grow up a little bit and she'll heal up a little bit from that and be better.
You guys, I don't want to hurt anybody.
You know, come here, buddy. Come on. And he just kind of tries to pull him into a hug.
Oh, and if you're lying to me, I'm gonna pop your head off like a daisy.
I wouldn't have it any other way, bud.
Serious, if you hurt that little girl, I'm gonna rip your eyes out.
There's a whole line of people who've told me that, bub.
Okay, that's weird.
We've been having a time, bud.
All right.
I promise you that if I can find a way, I'll make it so that she can go back and forth between here and Fairyland, so she can come visit you guys more often, and so she's not always all alone.
Okay. Well, castle's down there. I'm gonna go now. And then he scampers off into the woods.
Blanc,
So-
that was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Bad.
Thank you. It's not easy handling grief, but
Naomi
Lord.
looks around appraisingly and says, everything here is fucking weird.
Yep.
welcome to Fairyland. But no, I do think it would be potentially for all parties involved. Maybe we could try to negotiate a deal. We don't have a whole hell of a lot to barter.
This feels a lot like we don't have all of the story.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that Countess, the one, say that when the dad died, she for some reason had some title to the child.
And
Yeah.
she asked the bugbear that just left to watch over her for her entire life.
Yeah.
Isn't that sort of a thing with fairies, though? They make all these Byzantine contracts and deals that have all these secret clauses and use that in ways that mortals don't intend. Isn't that like the story that always happens?
I think so, but I don't think we have the full story either.
I guess that's true.
Sometimes stories are, especially stories that are written by one side, don't have all of the truth.
All right. Well, you guys got two choices. You can go down or you can go up.
So we know the castle is this way. However,
Bubba said so, yes.
Bubba said so, and I trust Bubba. He seems like a really good person. But do we want to go to the castle right now, or do we want to try to find out what else is in the woods?
I want to find out what else is in the woods.
Yeah, it's kind of tempting.
Doesn't feel like we have a strict time
Strange in
limit.
This place.
I guess the kid's not in danger.
Yes. And the terms of our deal only end if we choose to end it. Isn't that right, Barnaby?
He's still in your hat.
My hood is down, so his head's sticking out behind me.
Remind you, this thing is the size of a goose, but made of barnacle parts, which means it's probably a lot heavier.
I have been acting like that's how I've been going the whole time.
All right, well,
Imagine your neck's just pulled back. You're just walking with your head looking straight up at the sky.
Mont Blanc hasn't had this good of posture in a hot minute.
You gotta move like Michael Keaton Batman. No neck.
If there's no,
I'm for finding it out, you know? Fucking around.
I also think it would be wise for us to potentially, if we need to, have a way to leave. Because if, I may speak good sometimes, but I don't speak good all times.
Okay. Before we go to the next area, then, I've got to change how it's set up, because I didn't think you would actually enter from this side, which I think is funny. And is going to be... Okay, give me 1 second. Gotta change... Well, honestly, because of the side that you're entering from, there's no reason I can't just do this. Okay, yeah, we're good. So, you go back through one of the other paths and find, with their backs to you, 2 orcs and 2 goblins, standing around and waiting. So, what do you think we're gonna do for Samhain, for Samhain this year? Oh, I hope we have a big fight! You always say that, Rupert. I always want it.
I see.
It's always good to know what you want.
Oh, shit!
Hi.
Wait a minute. If they're coming from that side, does that mean they already did the thing?
Yes.
Oh. Shit, we should just get back to the palace then. Alright, congrats! Take care of the little kid, I guess? Oh, this feels weird. Don't question it, we get to break early. Alright, encounter avoided!
through confusion.
Alright, and then you can
First rule of adventuring. Yes.
Did you draw that bugbear?
Oh, fuck! Open up the book, sketch out Bubba the Bugbear, and give it the title Bubba the Bugbear, a Friend.
He certainly looks like it. Bugbears have a bad reputation. Amongst boogeymen, they are often sent to reinforce doorways that are small and hidden within houses, often living under beds or in closets or other somewhat cramped spaces that humans don't look in that closely. Bugbears can be terrifying and can look like any number of things. There are no consistent physiological traits of a bugbear. They are often chimeric mishmashes of different animal parts, often twisted and skewed to the point of almost unrecognizability. The one thing that I have found in my experience is true of all bugbears is that they have sweet centers at heart. They may have a tough bark, but their bites are not that sharp. That's figuratively speaking. Literally speaking, most bugbears can tear your arm off in one bite.
I don't know, like this just in reply. I don't think he would. He seems really nice.
Yeah, they tend to be. Right, you're in the bottom left-hand corner.
Barnaby, are you tired of riding in my hood? Would you like to walk?
That's a yes.
Okay, here you go, buddy.
And Barnaby is waddling about, enjoying the feeling of Fairyland's dirt. It's very soft and just like the right amount of moist.
Mm-hmm. Just be careful about eating anything weird, buddy.
Wah.
I would say the same to Longshanks, but I think they're going to eat what they want.
When they want.
Your dragon nods.
Is it hard enough not to get a cat to eat what you don't want them to eat? And just adding that to a dragon. Oh.
Okay.
Like I said, you guys chose the smart route.
Hmm.
And then we went back and backtracked.
You come across several large vaguely humanoid, vaguely porcine corpses, withered to the point where there's just like a husk of skin over the bones. And floating above them, quite contentedly, is a creature with bat or dragon-like wings, several drooping tentacles like some sort of devilfish, a large round body that is 90% eyeball, and then, just for fun, I guess, more tentacles on the top of it that also have eyeballs. As it floats over the corpses, its gaze inevitably turns to you, and it says,
Oh, hello. Who are all of you then?
Oh, hello. We are a random adventure party exploring the fairylands.
Random adventure party. That sounds smashing. Do you go on fun adventures and write your adventures down so people can read them and say, "Oh, that's a jolly good adventure"?
Yes.
We try to.
Lee, that sounds like a wonderful time. Well, what sort of adventure are you on now?
We are currently on a rescue mission to save a little girl, but the puzzle is getting a little more complicated. It's a little more gray than I
Doesn't
thought
that
going into it.
just melt your heart? Oh, doesn't that just fill you with the warm and fuzzies? Bunch of good folks, good adventuring folks going on a nice little quest to save a sweet little girl.
You're
That's
going
just
to
so-
attack us now, aren't you?
What? No, that'd be rude.
You just jump scared me.
Don't worry about it. I'm just getting a close look. I've never seen something like you before. Are you a human? I've heard about those.
Related to humans.
Oh,
Go back far enough
wonderful.
and my family eventually goes back to being human.
Well, I don't know what you'd find if you went far in mine. Probably more just like me, I imagine. Oh, that's wonderful. And your friends, are they, dogs?
I'm a human.
Oh! Oh, so humans don't have horns. Well, I've been sold some very
I'm
bad
a
information.
human.
Oh, so humans do. Oh! Are you dimorphic like birds?
No. Well, a little bit maybe, but that's not why I look the
Not
way
as
I do.
extreme as birds.
Did someone transmogrify you?
Yeah, they did.
It's horrible. Why?
Don't know. You make one offhand comment and then they turn you into this.
That's just the way people can be so rude. Not me. I try to be polite. Am I doing a good job?
You are.
You are.
Thank
Seems like
you. That's wonderful. Okay.
Blanc.
Oh, nice to meet. I'd tell you my name, but then it would give you power over me, and I don't know if I know you well enough to give you that.
That's absolutely fair. May I ask a small request of you?
Of course.
I am working on documenting a variety of magical beings and creatures across my travels. Would you mind if I drew you?
Hey. Yes, of course. Oh,
Be a
it's
big
probably
help for the
difficult, though.
eventual records that we write down.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sorry I've got so many eyes and tentacles. I bet that's all a mess. Do your best. I'm sure you'll get it right.
I'll do my best.
No, I'm sure you're wonderful to
The
draw.
layers of
And
meta there is just
I'm sure you're absolutely wonderful to draw and didn't give me fucking.
All right, Mont Blanc. You draw it, and the word appears. Diolfoskin. Description. One of the most dangerous fairies one can find in fairyland, often hailing from the deepest recesses, though they do occasionally plumb the shallower parts for easy prey. Diolfoskin consume their prey's life essence, starting with the eyes, and then working in until they can attach to the entire nervous system, at which point they drain until there is nothing left but an lifeless husk.
I like that. And there's just a written response. This one seems rather polite, though.
Oh, sweetie.
Nice drawing. All right, I did you a good turn. Can you do me one in turn?
Are you going to try to eat us now?
But, well, to be quite frank, I am a little peckish. If you could spare one of your eyes, I'd love it ever so much.
Like, what happened to these guys? He points to the...
Oh, I don't know what happened to those guys. That's nothing to do with me, I swear.
Yeah,
I was looking at them, they look like they were in a sorry state. But you all have got 2 eyes apiece, so I figure you could spare one, right?
It doesn't work that way.
No.
Sure
no,
it does. You
not.
can just grow them right back. I do it all the time.
Oh,
Come on, then.
nope.
Aren't we all being
No.
nice and polite?
Hold
Just
on.
friendly friends meeting in the forest?
Barnaby, I'm not. It's fine. Let's set up Barnaby. Do you even have eyes, Barnaby? Are
Barnaby
those
has-
eyes?
Barnaby has primitive vision discs. His eyes are more like the multicellular eyes of an insect, and you get the feeling that the opal skin is looking for something more vertebrate in its physiology.
Yes. I have a very dumb idea.
Sure, it's a very smart idea. If we talk it out, work out the kinks.
I also have a bad idea.
Mont Blanc is going to reach into his rations, searching for a jar of anything that is resembling a preserved grape or olive. And with my acting skills and my checks against fairies, I wish to present an eye, quote
Okay.
unquote.
Difficulty
Should be
level
very
12. Difficulty level 12, but let's see how this works out.
Well, I mean, with the +2 opposed check to fairies
Did
and
you just roll
acting
it?
skill-
Did you roll a 12?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that was...
A
Oh,
14.
It's even better.
All right.
And he reaches in, fishes out probably a briny-looking eye-like object. He goes, "I did get this from one of the foes we slayed. I believe the doppelganger, if I'm remembering correctly. Will this do?"
A doppelganger? I've never seen a doppelganger. What a strange and lovely looking eye. Well, I generally like them fresh, but in this case, I guess I'm really drawn to the exotic appeal. I'll take it.
You can say you're a connoisseur.
Thank you. What a lovely thing to say, or a gourmand of sorts. All right, thank you very much. You're lovely people. I hope we run into each other again. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh no.
Don't worry, they
Oh,
can't leave
If you're
Fairyland. They can't leave Fairyland.
And
If you never come
yes.
back here, you're safe. No, literally, they're the kind of fairy that if they leave Fairyland, they immediately die. Their physiology cannot work outside of here.
No, I'm worried. I just named a gourmand that we have to deal with later in Melody.
No, don't worry. Melody is in a different universe. Explicitly. You're safe.
And Mont Blanc just like goes,
there, yes.
"Whew,
Nice going.
okay. Maybe we go back to the castle now."
Well, but there's one more place.
Oh, is there one
Don't
more
you want
place?
to check out one more place?
Let's check out one more place. How bad could it be?
Okay.
Yeah, let's
So,
check it
Boy.
out.
The place you guys enter from the right. You guys enter from the right here. And the place you haven't explored is down.
right.
Hey, pass Grunt, get out of here.
Looks familiar.
Yep.
Out of
That's
character.
actually-
I have a bad feeling for what's down here.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's nothing bad.
Look, I know what art was made for this. I want to see if we can find it.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are gonna fucking kill us. Ah, that looks
Isn't
not
that
bad.
just the way?
So as you
No.
go down, the trees start to look a little less fresh. It's some of them start to look a little withered, a little rotten even. And then also there's this.
Ooh.
Getting dark crystal vibes out of this.
You find amongst the soil, which here is dry and rough, and Barnaby feels very uncomfortable because it's warm to the touch.
Okay,
And
picking
you
up
see
on
that there are cracks that seep with like a vicious red energy in the soil. Everything around this giant pit is withered and dying or dead. And around the pit, there are these giant gnarled spikes of rock. And the pit itself, which is held together by magic crystals, has this giant metal grate. And when you peer down inside of it, deep within the abyss, a burning red eye gazes back at you. Oh. Visitors. Mortal visitors.
In this economy.
Oh, have you come to gawk and joke at the captured beasts?
We didn't even know you were here.
Have they forgotten me? It has been a very long time. Is that trumped up little bug still running things?
She calls herself a
If you-
countess now.
That's weird to say.
Countess. Oh, so now they're using human words.
I'm guessing you must be an old acquaintance of hers.
An enemy.
Former sovereign.
Listener.
Her masters locked me here. Longer than anyone can count. She stops by from time to time to make sure the prison's holding tight. Is she a friend of yours?
No, I wouldn't say that.
An enemy, then?
Not sure yet.
Perhaps.
She did threaten our lives, so.
Then perhaps we could help each other. And something within the red gloom of the pit lurches up, and you see rising into the light above an enormous scythe-shaped bony talon held that extends up on like a less a finger and more a tendril of just ligaments and tendons and muscle fiber that curls bonelessly around the grate as the scythe claw dangles down, and then another and another until 8 of the things, 4 at each side, are gripping the bars of the grate. If you destroy the crystal, I will be free. And then I can kill that little insect and all who serve her. Would that not help your cause?
I feel like that would actually be actively detrimental to the current situation we're in.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, it really does not.
I was getting big Tartarus and the Titans vibes.
Time. He releases the grate and his claws sink back into the gloom. But I will be here, should you change your mind.
Yeah, you know, you are a good, let's just say, I guess we got you here to use as a little leverage in our negotiation that's coming up.
And his laughter turns into this just deep rumble like the sound a volcano makes when it's getting ready to erupt. Leone turns to you guys like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
This is not a good place.
Like Mont Blanc holding it a little back. It's like, what should we call you if asked?
They call me the Fomorian.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Mont Blanc, why not sketch him?
You can't see him.
Damn it!
I don't.
Foiled by
I don't think it
eyes.
would count.
Can
I
ask
just-
you
it-
what a Fomorian is.
Yes. Just let me get back up here first. I don't want to be left behind.
Oh.
And then, like in the book of the page where I've been using to scroll back and forth, it's like, so met a Fomorian. That was neat. Question
How are you-
mark?
How are you still alive?
It was in a cage.
Okay, that explains that.
That's one of the biggest. That's one of the scariest things she said.
And Montblanc looks up and is like, yeah, it was a good thing we didn't touch those. That would have gone disastrously.
They are some of the deepest Fae and most radically powerful of all time. You're talking about a thing akin to a god. Did you sketch it?
I didn't. I only saw an eye and a pit and tendrils, so I
Not
have
enough.
not.
Not nearly enough. I would be really, really keen on getting a nice picture of one.
Montblanc puts ... if the situation arises.
All right. Do what you think is best.
That sounds upset.
Oh, don't worry about it. So I'm assuming you guys go to the castle?
Yeah.
All right.
As well.
Okay.
Unless we really want to release the super boss.
All
No.
right.
Not yet. Not yet. Not
I
yet.
want to
You
see
can
what
say
it looks like.
you can say Fomorian obliterate later.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling if it wanted to, it could have probably just broke the crystals itself.
No, can't. It is trapped there. It does want to. It wants to be out. It is trapped.
Yeah,
If it
it
could.
really does feel like a Tartarus situation.
It very much is.
If that thing could break those crystals, Montblanc, we wouldn't be standing here.
All right.
No, that's
Or with
absolutely
this
fair.
castle, I think.
You find a resplendent and beautiful castle of strange make. You know, most castles, they're like straight walls and round towers and whatnot. This one has a hexagonal structure. The towers are hexagons. The overall shape is hexagon. It's like hexagons within hexagons. The windows are hexagons. Even the doors are hexagons. It is of a unique construction to your eyes that are more accustomed to human castles. And you find the door unguarded.
Knock, knock.
The door opens and allows you in. All right. And now I have the process of revealing all this, which is very much a pain in the ass. Okay.
The DM text. Oh
Sorry, I'm just singing Chrono Trigger music. Okay. You find yourself in the entryway of the castle of Countess Vespidi, with way more orcs and goblins and hobgoblins in it than you had seen before. Oh, and pixies. There's pixies there too, flying in the air. All of their eyes turned to you. Their weapons drawn, but not ready. Like they're ready to have a fight if it comes to that. But they're currently treating you as more or less peaceful guests. And eventually Lady Vespidi comes out and says, "All right, you've made it here, and there's one last part of the gauntlet. I have 3 champions, my Bandersnatch, my Jabberwock, and my Jub Bird.
They are absolutely lovely.
if you can best them in combat, preferably without killing them or giving them horrible burns that my medicinal doctors are still trying to help them recover from.
Mont Blanc Winston's.
That would be preferred. But they are willing to give it all for our sweet daughter. Are you not? And the Jabberwock looks really determined. The Bandersnatch says, "Yeah, I'm ready for that," says the Jump
Oh
Bird.
my fucking god.
All right. Are you all ready? Are you rested? Are you recovered from your current state of affairs? I would hate for you to be not at your best for this.
Roll the max of everything still.
I'm ready.
I'm nearly out of magic points, so like,
Well, if you want, there is a restroom right there. You can feel free to recover and fight when you are ready.
okay.
Wow, that's really sporting. Thanks. Were you there the whole time? Yeah, I was. Oh, okay.
As like we go into the room, he'll be like, "She's a friend."
I don't remember seeing that. Are my eyes going? Rupert, come look at my eyes.
And then the last one left out.
You guys go into the break room, and you find a whole bunch of like the henchmen just sort of chilling, talking shop, eating like small pastries, drinking tea. They all sort of give you like polite nods. There's one hobgoblin who's like, they burned them! They burned Bud and Wise! And the other. Oh, yeah, oh God, the back! He runs out of the room.
And like Mont Blanc's just like, "I'm so sorry."
It happens, mate, says the orc who's just drinking gallon after, like, he's got, like, 2 giant barrels of mead, and he's just holding them and drinking them like they're, like, mugs. It happens, mate.
I didn't even
We
know I
knew
could.
what we were getting into. Humans are crafty little fucks.
I didn't even know I could do magic before I came into Fairyland.
Well, that's okay. I didn't know that if I farted hot enough, it could light on fire, but, I found out a couple weeks ago.
Fair enough.
Sounds like an interesting series of events that led to that.
One of the pixies flies away. Hobgoblin gets closer. Tell me how you did that. Why are you guys making a penis?
Why is there... What?
Bad. You're horrible.
What
What?
is
That's
that?
just a little guy in a top hat.
Alright, so you guys get like an interlude scene to rest and recover. Make any bonds you might want to make. You can reinforce or make one bond. Or you can just, get out of here and get ready to face the boss fight.
I don't have a bond with Leone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a bond of hatred with her dad, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her a bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too. I'm gonna do loyalty, I think.
Hey, look at that. Making a bond with the recurring NPC. Thus a bond that you mechanically will have several opportunities to use. That's
I'm
smart.
gonna add,
Absolutely
I'm
effective.
gonna add admiration for Leone for, carving out her own lot in life beyond what her could have otherwise been.
Yeah, I'm going to replace the bond of hatred with her dad with the bond of affection.
Yeah, both still shady.
Yeah, you don't have to replace it. You can have more bonds than the normal Fabula Ultima limit. You just gotta switch some to your notes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm back up on the magic stuff. Not that I have a known gauge for the magic stuff.
Leonie, meanwhile, she hangs out with you, but she also spends time talking to the pixies about Baron Cobalt, and they all are just ripping on him. Well before she even gets to the fact that he was a doppelganger trying to, like, fucking eat her soul or whatever. And his fashion sense, his terrible portraits of himself, that fucking statue. All of it is mocked relentlessly.
Good. Also, anyone that goes to like pick up any of the food or drink from the break room, Charles will smack their hand with the stuff and be like, no.
Yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
All right, if you're all rested and ready, we can get to it.
I think
Yep.
we're good.
Alright.
Ready?
You guys step back out, and you see the Jabberwock is sitting with the Bandersnatch and the Jub Jub Bird, and he's like, "So, anyways, I said to the guy, you know, if you're not gonna give me those gourds, I'm gonna smack you." And he thought that was unfair. No, you told him that if he didn't give you the gourds, you'd smack him. It's a fear ultimatum. You know, Jubs, you never contribute anything to the conversation. It's because I don't know what to say. Just. Okay. Oh shit.
Well, I guess you're not her pets.
Now we're sapient beings.
We're ready if
All
you are.
right. Jabs, you okay? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm always ready. All right. Oh, damn it.
Shoots a look at the pixie band. Come on, get it together.
Roll initiative.
All right, roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
There you go, back at the
Not
bottom.
bad. What is our
Hey, hi, Charles.
Yeah, heavy armor people.
Your number to beat was 8. So we're good.
He's got a crit.
No, I got it.
Bright eyes. Get that fucker.
Right. She goes, I'm not fond of fighting, but I do have a friend who is. And he's gonna pop his head over her head and like breathe fire at them.
He's so twee.
I
Another
think
max?
at the Bandersnatch because he's like right there.
So that's wonderful. It hits, and when the Bandersnatch is hit, he is immediately in crisis.
Oh jeez!
His fire is double effective on the Bandersnatch.
Oh jeez!
So his HP is 40, and you just did 36 damage.
Holy shit! Okay.
Oh,
Jeez.
And he's
we
like,
are going.
"We said to not immolate us, oh Christ!" And he takes his turn to run.
We are definitely gaining a reputation as just fire starters now.
Jabberwock looks and is like,
Good job, Longshanks.
Okay, well.
I really don't control what Longshanks does.
Yeah, it's a dragon. Oof. Anyways, Bandersnatch used its turn to run.
Well, you know
I guess
what we
it's
should have
Leonie's
done
turn.
during the interlude?
What?
Was Mont Blanc draw the 3 of them.
I'll draw them after we're done. It's only rude to fight them first.
It says Broadaxe, but I'm flaming this as a Warhammer. Sadly that, yeah, it doesn't hit. She tries to hit the Jabberwock, but whiffs. It's like, oh god, I'm sorry, guys!
It's all good, Leone.
No worries.
No worries.
And the Jabberwock's like, okay. So we're not gonna burn people anymore, okay? I'm gonna burble blast you. Okay, 9 plus willpower. Okay, so this is D10 and 26. Well, Edmund does 5 hit your magic defense.
It does not.
All right,
Surprisingly.
he tries to burble blast you with these weird kind of like incendiary bubbles, and they miss. Oh, that's
that was
embarrassing.
strange.
That's very embarrassing for me.
Oh, it's fine, bud. No worries.
Yeah, you
Don't
just
worry,
saw your
dude.
friend get like immolated.
You did get a shot.
That was shocking.
Man, the lengths we're going to protect a kid.
On
It's
the
worth
enemy.
it. Yeah, it is worth it. The kid's worth it. All right, we're getting on the game.
These are kidnappers.
Rescuers, kid rescuers. Do you know how hard it was for Big Bubba Budbear doing that infiltration? I mean, he was already there, but still.
Enough of that. So you said you didn't like fire, huh?
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
Doesn't sound suspicious.
Well, how about this?
That misses.
Yeah, I figured. All right.
Yeah.
So we're both just testing each other out. That's all.
Yeah, like me missing you with the Burble Blaster. That was totally me just jaws and bite! That's double might. Okay, that's better. He does his jaws that bite. Yeah, there we go. Hey! Does 15 hit you?
Yep.
Okay. Goody gumdrops. You take 18 physical damage as his big rabbit jaws just bite down on you hard.
All right, and in return, I can do. What is it called?
Lesson?
Painful lesson. Yeah. So study. Where I roll that. Study is 2 intelligence, right? Sight.
Yes. I believe so, yes.
And I get a modifier of 2 because that's my skill level.
Mm-hmm. Alright, nice. So I'm going to tell you, the Jabberwock is resistant to fire, but vulnerable to bolt.
Figured you were. Didn't make sense to use too much fire on a dragon.
Yeah, I'm glad that you thought that through, because honestly, I felt it made you a little stupid, and I started to feel bad about hitting a stupid person. Jump time! Jump bird, you can speak in full sentences. Jump time! And the jump bird attacks. Attacks Charles. Okay, double might. And your might is bad. Well, not bad, but yeah. Does 11 hit you, Charles?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm imagining the Jub Bird attacking like Kula Yaku.
That's what I'm imagining too. Actually.
A lot of emu movement.
Okay, so that misses. Next in the turn order, Edmund just
The lesson
went.
to go?
So Edmund just went. Did Mont Blanc have a go?
I don't think
no,
so.
I don't think he
Thought
did.
so.
Well, Mont Blanc,
No.
it's your turn now. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
He's gonna okay, so no fire spells, right?
I'd prefer not. Yeah.
Then I'm gonna have to ask you to chill. And as he says that, the eye on the cover glows, and he casts onto both the Jabberwock and the Jub Bird.
Barely hits the Jabberwock, but does hit. Definitely hits the Jub Bird. And because the Jub Bird is vulnerable to ice, does double damage. And You flash fry the Jub Jub bird, and it falls in a block of ice like a victim of Mr. Freeze. The flash freeze, I should say. The Jabberwock looks at its fallen ally. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. Okay, get it together. Holy shit!
Rule of thumb for the future.
I don't think he's alive!
Oh no! Mont Blanc, you killed someone!
Oh, give me a minute. And for his last turn this round, the Jabberwock just sort of sits there, one of his big furry paws over his rabbit dragon face, and just sort of sits there looking at the giant ice block containing the motionless body of the Jub Jub bird.
Is it actually dead?
So its HP was 40, and if you double 21...
42, yeah.
Oh no.
Well,
But it's a
what's gonna
fairy.
change?
Death works differently for that.
What's going to change? He's still not going to contribute to any conversations.
Oh my god.
Damn!
The time, Edmund.
He was my friend.
Emotional
We had some problems, but he was my friend. Like, jeez. You know, I feel really distressed. And some of the pixies are like, I think you can just go, man. She's not going to be mad at you for that. Okay, I'm going to try to get him healed up. Yeah, you do that. And the Jabberwock picks up the frozen Jub Jubber and flies off to the infirmary.
Fearing that one.
I should have researched the Jub Jub bird beforehand.
I did say.
I sketched the Bandersnatch, the Jub Jub bird with a little rest in peace, and the Jabberwock in the journal while we wait for our inevitable your monster conversation.
All the fairies in attendance sort of bow their heads reverently, and they're like, "You can pass now."
It doesn't feel right.
I feel like you should apologize.
Yeah.
I guess Mont Blanc's gonna turn back.
Doesn't even have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Mont Blanc's just gonna look back towards the entire room of goblins, hobgoblins, orcs, and sprites. He's like, I'm so sorry.
They all kind of like shrug and nod, like they understand the situation you've been put in. They all knew the risks. It doesn't change the weight of it, but like they understand.
That shit was just fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of stuff's gone down. It's been a stressful night. You can go to the throne room. It's okay. He doesn't have a family. It's fine.
Oh my god.
That makes it worse.
The last of the line.
Jesus.
Well, hey guys, we did it.
Well, we did.
Stupid fairies didn't try to cheer me up when my parents died.
They didn't
And
know you.
one of the orcs was like, I guess that's fair.
Edmund, stop being rude. This is why you got cursed in the first place.
Why you're being polite to kidnappers, but okay.
You know, I think there's a lot of points being made right now. Some more valid than others, but all of them. You know what? Let's just go.
Yes, please.
I do
Okay.
want to figure out if there's more to this than just a simple kidnapping before we...
Yes. Something feels off. And I would like to make apologies for the trauma I've caused people.
okay. He'll be back and right as rain in no time, I bet. I mean, how much damage can being frozen in a giant block of ice really do to a living being?
There's just a grimace across her face, like,
Yeah, I bet it's harmless.
mm.
I bet we'll just frost him out and he'll be right as rain. And then they all cheer up at the thought of that being how ice works.
Don't try this at home, folks.
It's like, it's fairyland. Maybe it'll work because this isn't reality. The rules bend here. Maybe you can just get thawed out with a warm bowl of chicken soup.
Yeah,
Are you
like
asking
that
me
kid
about
in the
that?
snowman advertisement.
That's how it works. I'm gonna believe that's how it works.
Maybe. And Charles was like, Montblanc, maybe you should get a second opinion on that.
It was like, it's fairyland? I don't know.
All right. Anything you guys want to do before we head to meet the queen? Or
I'm
the
going to
Countess?
sketch all 3 of the monsters we faced. And get some
in
information.
memoriam for the Jub Jub bird.
And hopefully not memoriam. Hopefully he's not dead. But I think I flash froze a Jub Jub bird.
All right. The Jabberwock. One of the most dangerous chimera native to shallow fairyland. Jabberwocks are a combination of dragon and a very obscure breed of Bretonch flesh-eating rabbit. I believe they only are found in the caves of Carbernog, at least last I checked. Jabberwocks have glowing eyes and strange, burbling fire breath, and are noted for their susceptibility to being decapitated. Bandersnatch. A sort of giant, flesh-eating possum. Bandersnatches are quick, with long arms and sharp-toothed jaws, and tend to be kind of scrabbly, ruckusy fairy creatures. I like them. Jub Jub birds. Known for their bright colors, relative lack of common sense, and easygoing, friendly attitudes. Jub Jub birds nonetheless have large hooked beaks for rending flesh and snapping bone, which they often do to mortals not realizing that, unlike, say, an elf, getting your arm torn off for a mortal being isn't something that's an inconvenience, but rather a mortal injury.
And just like a thank you, that makes me feel just a slight little better.
So
But
you
I
killed
did-
one, huh? Did you get the feathers?
There's just a ... Does freezing it in a solid block of ice count?
Well, did you freeze it in Fairyland?
Yes.
It might be okay. Might not. Kind of depends on how Fairyland's feeling at the moment.
Hopefully nice.
Find out. Either way, if you can get the feathers, though, those I've got use for.
I'll try and get some feathers.
Bring me a trophy of your kill.
Yes, take the skin off the dead. Everyone will love you for that.
He just closes the book.
You know,
Gives us,
I was
like,
gonna
a little-
make the joke to Edmund during the fight that I think the secret password to fighting these things is Snicker Snack.
I mean, that is sort of the sound ice makes when you put it in water. Are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Okay.
We didn't explore enough. We didn't find the Vorpal blade.
That's probably in that
So
fucking Fomorian pit.
No, it's a party.
you enter the throne room of the Countess Vespidi Lacewing. And as you enter, you see like many of her court in various states of celebration. Most notably, Big Bubba Bugbear is there in the back near the thrones, playing with a little girl with scarlet tresses and violet eyes. And as he does, he's singing a little song to her, which I should actually pause my music now so I don't have to wait for it to be in time like last time. You are not alone. Bugbear is in your home. We can laugh and play and have fun every day. If you like it here, feel no sorrow and shed no tears. Bubs will keep you safe in this wonderful place. And Vespity starts singing along. You are not alone. Welcome, darling, into my home. We're so glad you're here. Dry those eyes of all your tears. Come, girl, laugh and play. Celebrate each wondrous day. You are safe and sound. You've got friends here all around. And all the fairies start joining in. You are not alone. Welcome, darling, to your new home. We will keep you safe, far away from that dark place. Come, girl, to my arms. I will keep you safe from harm. You are not alone. This shall always be your home. And that's when they finally acknowledge your presence. And the Countess steps forward while the girl shrinks back into Bub's big furry tummy, and he immediately lays his arms in front of her in a protective stance. And Lady Vespity is like, I take it you have bested my last champions?
That we did.
Say that.
Technically, yes.
Alright,
Didn't get burned to death.
That's oddly specific, and the girl shrinks back a little further, and Bubs puts his arms a little, more around her, and, growls a little bit.
Mont Blanc slugs Edmund in the arm. Just knock it off.
God, Edmund, that was cold.
The Countess moves to Dora and extends her hand, and the little girl looks at her and then looks up at Bubs, who nods, and the girl takes the Countess's hand as the Countess leads her to the throne and lets her sit down, and keeping an arm on the girl's shoulder, says, I am a woman of my word. You may approach and make your case. It's really funny seeing that you mentioned the possibility of a musical episode, by the way. When I had already had this planned out. Just real ironic. Yeah, get right by that orc.
Okay.
Would you like to be closer inside, Bright Eyes?
Right in there. Get in right in there.
Oh, okay.
No.
Hey there.
Sure now.
Please stay away. Hey, stay away from the kid.
Hi.
One's just climbing him like a tree.
I'm glad there's enough space for us just right there in a row. That's pretty good.
Even with the addition of Leone.
Mm-hmm. That was an accident. I'm not going to pretend that I had that planned out.
That's fair.
Because sometimes these maps don't conform to the D20 thing the way I hoped they would. But anyways, well, we're waiting.
Hey there, kid. Dora, right?
She kind of shrinks back and hugs her big plush bugbear protectively. Not the real bugbear, the stuffed toy that you realize looking at it, it is Bubba Bugbear. It's a plush Bubba Bugbear. Probably something that she asked a tailor to make, and the tailor thought it was her an imaginary friend.
Mm-hmm.
Flubba. Bugbear.
Bright Eyes, you want me to take
Hair.
this?
Me.
Hey, so. I heard what happened about your dad not that long ago. You know, my mom and dad, they fought with your dad long ago.
She looks up. They did?
Yeah. Yeah, 7 years ago. They fought together to try to protect the kingdom. My mom and dad didn't come back from that.
She squints at you and
But
she's
because
like,
of
Eddie?
yeah.
You Eddie Guilford?
Yeah.
You visited 2 years ago. You don't remember me?
Oh, I did. Sorry, it's a lot's been happening.
Dad was getting ready to go to the big battle, and your parents were there, and they were going to go with him, and they were going to keep each other safe.
Wait. Did you say 2 years ago?
I'm sorry, it would be 7 years ago. So she would have been like
Okay.
2, so she probably would have been told about it,
Oh, okay.
but she would have known about the Guildfords. Yeah, I'm sorry, I got my math wrong a bit in my head, but yeah.
I thought there was
Okay, I was
some
like,
very
yeah,
like
fairy
timey-wimey
stuff.
bullshit happening.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, that's just some genuine GM incompetence. Or rather,
No,
10:30 p.m. brain fart.
I am familiar with that.
Yeah.
I would have been like a baby, but like walking and talking in primitive sentences.
Yeah, I remember now.
Oh, shit.
Primitive sentences. You were a chattermouth.
I'm sorry,
On
my
and
dad.
on.
I'm sorry, my dad didn't protect your dad and mom.
No, that's okay. You know, that's just kind of the rules of society they were in. It was their job to make sure that they protected your dad. And it's because of your dad that them dying didn't go to waste. Your dad still beat that bad man who's loomed up the rest of this kingdom.
She
Things
nods.
could have been way worse if it wasn't for your dad.
She nods and she slumps in her chair and she's like, I wish people didn't have to die. And again, Lady Vespity puts a consoling hand on her shoulder.
Yeah. I know. I know, when my parents didn't come back, I wish the same as you. No, suddenly everything just changed so much when that happened. And there was just no one around me. It's just year after year passed. And one day I found myself in the woods and I had a moment alone, and you know, at that point, what difference did this make than the last 7 years of being alone? Well, and then I guess somebody caught wind of that and gave me a little, you know, this to that, but whatever.
Dora doesn't quite understand what you're talking about, but she gets some of it, and she looks to the Countess, and the Countess gives her a quizzical look but nods, and she looks to Bubs and he nods, and she steps forward and she goes and she gives you like a very cautious little hug. It's like, I'm sorry you've had trouble.
Yeah. And I know you've had some trouble too. But
It's okay, they saved me.
no, you're
They saved me and they brought me here.
saved you from what though?
And at that, like, her face grows really troubled, and she hugs the bugbear really tight, and she kind of not quite runs, but sort of scrambles back to her seat and balls up in her chair. And Vespity again puts that consoling hand and leans in it close and says, "It's okay. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, okay? We're here. You're safe. No one's going to take you away."
Here, if this will help you feel a little bit better, would you like to meet one of our friends? And pulls out the little phoenix chick.
And her face immediately lights up because it's a cute animal and she's a 9-year-old kid.
Yeah, exactly.
And she drops her bugbear and runs up and cups up the chick, and the chick coos and it's like, "Oh, it's warm."
It's a
Called a
phoenix.
Phoenix, yes.
Starts petting it and it coos, and its downy feathers are very soft, and it is warm, perhaps warm to a degree that would be concerning for a normal animal, but thankfully not burning your hands warm.
I like to think Charles has been keeping his pet snake, which I have not forgotten about.
Yeah.
It's been snuggled up with the chick because it's warm, like a
Yeah.
basking rock.
Almost certainly. Especially since phoenixes are peafowl and not birds of prey in this universe, so that wouldn't be terrifying for a snake. If it was an eagle, in 90% of fiction that has phoenixes, that would be horrifying.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So, do you want to know something interesting about the Phoenix chick?
She says, "Uh-huh," in case my microphone is not picking it up.
It did not.
Damn my acting.
We saved it from being alone.
Good.
And you say that your friends here have done the same for you?
She nods very enthusiastically.
So, and she's gonna kneel down to be in actual range of a child and go. So she's not talking down at her. Why were you alone before?
His dad died. And then I was alone with her.
Your mother?
She's not my mom. Just because she married my dad does not make her my mom.
And suddenly I understand what's going on. Well, why not?
Because she's not like a mom. She doesn't. She's not nice. Whenever he was around, she'd pretend, but as soon as he turned away, and immediately the kid begins to panic and hyperventilate, and Vespity gets off her throne and goes to her side and wraps her in her arms. She hit me if I didn't do the chores right. She dismissed the servants so that I had to do them all myself.
And she's... Bright Eyes is gonna look up at Queen Vespity and go, and now I understand.
And she killed Dad! And Vespity's like, "No, you don't have to go into that for them. You don't have to." She killed Dad! They would believe me! I told the knights and they wouldn't believe me, and there weren't any servants around. And the only one I could talk to was Bubs, and he could only come out when I was alone.
I believe you.
And Vespity, shh, go to Bubs, and the girl nods, and she goes to Big Bubba Bugbear, and he gives her a great big furry hug, and you can just see that bugbear looks as sad as he could possibly look at hearing his little friend talk about this. And even Vespity herself seems shaken by having to like hear the little girl confess that, and she takes a moment to compose herself, and then goes before you and she says, "I knew her parents. I had adventured with her father for several years. It was very bittersweet the day that he found someone to marry, but I saw how happy that woman had made him, and they brought this little bundle of light into the world, and they asked me if I would be her godmother. And of course I agreed. How could I not? And that means by rights, since her mother and her father are dead, she is mine. And I will not let that woman hurt my goddaughter. I swore a vow that she would live a long and happy life, and I intend to uphold that vow."
I see no reason to break it.
Indeed. Indeed.
And it's at this moment, as Dora is sniffling with the bugbear without the plush, you realize that her necklace does not have a jewel at the center of it.
Motherfucker will give the mom the gems.
That's rich!
Sometimes people wield grief as a weapon.
Hmm.
You do not contest my claim, then?
No.
Nah.
And
That's
Leone
fishy.
holds up a hand and is like, "So, just let me get the whole thing straight, though. She's living here?" "Yes. With me. With my court, where I can keep her safe." "But she's a human, though?" "Humans can live in fairyland. They just become elves. It's fine." "But she has family. She has friends. She has people that knew her family that are going to wonder about her." And at that, you see like a moment of doubt flash on Dora. Like, I don't know. I feel like the solution here isn't steal her away from what she has. It's give her damn house back.
Let's kill the stepmom.
Why are you so eager for murder?
In this case, I am with him.
I think we should be. You were right, Charles. Most of these nobles are no good.
Somebody who
Edmund, you are a noble.
Somebody who breaks the trust of a child does not deserve mercy.
No.
Not
Plus, we have to get those gems back.
Plus, we gave her 2 of the other crown jewels. Yeah, that's a problem.
Lady Vespity thinks about it and she's like, "Dora, is that what you would like?" And Dora looks around. She's like, "Your castle's very nice, and I like being with you. But I would miss home." Vespity nods like, "Then we'll go there. We'll take your home back for you." At which point, one of the pixies speaks up, "But your Majesty, your ladyship, your count, Majesty is for queens. We've changed the terminology. Yes, of course, but if we go to the mortal world, you'll have to turn into a human. You'll be giving up being a fairy." Vespity thinks about it, looks at Dora, and says, "That's an easy sacrifice. Let's go." And she takes Dora by the hand and begins to leave, and Bubba follows, and all the others move to follow, and she's like, "You don't have to come with." And they all shake their heads like, "For her ladyship! For the Countess's daughter!" And the entire court of Countess Vespity Lacewing is committed to becoming human for the sake of Dora.
Well, okay then. It seems we have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Bubs, can you do the honors? Okay! And he reaches into the air and pulls open a portal. We're gonna have to go through one at a time because it's like a bedroom, but you know, all on Z.
We should probably go first.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Give me 1 second to prepare.
If we're all leaving, are we just going to leave that one feller trapped in the pit still?
What?
Yeah.
What feller in the pit?
Oh, we got lost.
Fomorian.
Yeah. Please do. Please don't.
Is that going to hold without me to watch him?
As long as no one messes with the jewels, yeah.
Good, because we touched absolutely nothing.
My boss will be upset with me, but it's fine.
We can find another day to kick his butt.
Yeah, bugbear powers work on both sides, so I can always send you back. If for some reason you want to mess with a Fomorian, which is weird. Alright, you all emerge to find the castle shockingly deserted. There is no one here.
Well, isn't this a bit of deja vu?
Last time we had a deserted castle, we found out there was a doppelganger. So I'm just gonna kick this door open and see what happens.
Okay, good for you. Goody gumdrops. Alright.
No one's in here.
You find the queen's bedroom, or the countess's bedroom.
Nosy in a book.
Okay. So, on the desk, amongst other papers, which are mostly, like, letters from various people in the county begging for aid for various crises, lots of stuff about ravening beasts and whatnot. One letter crumpled in the trash about suspecting that the Baron Cobalt might be a serial murderer. You find one letter, freshly made, freshly sealed with wax, addressed to noble adventurers.
I open it. I read the contents.
Dear noble adventurers, thank you so much for entrusting those jewels to me. Know that I will take very good care of them, and in fact, know where another of their kind lies, and have a couple of good hunches where the others might be.
Son of...
I doubt you're going to make it back from Fairyland, but you did manage to get crown jewels, so I concede it's not impossible. As such, you are welcome to bend the knee when I ascend to the throne of Engelsex with a newly forged crown in tow. If you do happen to find my wayward daughter, please feel free to bring her back to me. You will be justly rewarded for putting her back into my care. And should the girl be dead, proof of that may also net you a reward. Kind regards, Lady Melis Rain, Nee Riker.
Unfortunately for her, the ravening beast likes those gems.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't tell her.
So the ravening
true.
beast is going to be even harder.
If it doesn't already have a gem inside it, like, I'm afraid.
Riker!
So I'm going to give this as your second Fabula point for encountering this particular villain, Lady Melis Rain, formerly Lady Melis Riker, wife of the former Count Rain, and before that, wife of the former Duke Benedict Riker, the one who killed the king and started a whole rebellion.
Oh my god.
So we've got 2 fabulous points for that?
You've had 2 encounters with the woman, of a sort.
Huh.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Charles is feeling kind of mad because he was like the one person in the group going like he didn't say anything, but he was like, "We really shouldn't be giving these."
Out of
Fine.
character, I was like, this is totally I could tell, like, who she was hinting at us handing it over and stuff, and I was like, I feel like in character we really haven't vetted her very well, but we're going along with it, so here we go.
Because, like, what reason did she really give you other than meta knowledge of how stories work?
Right.
I'm gonna give you free option to explore this place in however manner you see fit, and I'm gonna go ahead and reveal the doors that are no longer guarded by knights, so you can enter them freely. You find a room full of wine, and another room full of money. Specifically, what did I write down here? 10,000 zenit worth of gold.
Jesus fuck.
I mean, she's a countess.
That's true, but
Mhm.
Jesus
But
fuck.
Now,
And she didn't care about this county. She's got bigger things in sight.
so we get 2,000 apiece?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
You can get some nice shit now.
I can go back and buy new clothes.
Oh, wait, do we have to share some with Leone?
No. I mean, you could if you wanted to. I'm also going to say that the fairies are coming, but they're literally leaving their home, so they're taking time to pack.
Yeah.
Mont Blanc is going to wait for them, actually.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do while you're in the house of a big villain? Access to her bedroom.
We tried to see if there are any secret doors or anything.
Would you like to roll a double insight? Or an insight plus dex? One of those two?
Let's go. Insight plus Dex. Let me. get
Okay,
it.
difficulty level 10.
Okay, 1 second. Insight plus Dex, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Submit. Hey!
Well, tearing that place apart to find anything any clues you might have missed, you accidentally split open her desk and reveal that there's a secret compartment in one of the drawers. Inside, you find some more well-kept and more hidden notes, which includes an annotated journal page from Count Basil Rain, presumably the original Count of Grimhelm, the father of Dora. The note says, "The bloody deed was done, and I felt no great rush of victory, no heroic triumph. I merely looked down and saw the face of a man I had broken bread with, laying at my feet, his royal blood staining my boots as his lifeless eyes looked into mine. He would not stop bleeding, of course. The murdered always gush in the presence of their murderer. The grisly nature of my deed overwhelmed me. What a wretched state of affairs. What a senseless end to noble lives. But then I saw it, glimmering bright within the sea of scarlet blood that soaked the earth. A jewel, beautiful and pure, not just any gem, but one from the king's very crown. I hastily plucked it from its resting place, lest it be buried in more gore, and would have searched for its 6 brothers were the battle not still raging. If one was in my possession, though, that was enough for the time being. It meant no one else could forge a proper crown, not while this jewel remains in my care, and thus no traitor could steal the throne for their nefarious ends. There is much yet to do, and I fear I must be done in secret. Prince Huxley's man, Sir Ravencourt, has written to me inquiring about the battle. I believe he suspects I may have recovered the jewels, and would of course wish to retrieve them for his master. I'm not sure Huxley is ready to inherit his father's throne. He has little of the late king's wisdom, nary a drop of his father's compassion. Though Sir Ravencourt is a good man, I shall have no time. I have to leave him in the dark for the time being. Should he make the trek through the Ridgetooth Mountains to Grimhelm, I may decide to hear him out." And you see a note in burgundy ink. "Dispatch assassins to the Ridgetooth Mountains to permanently delay Huxley's errand boy." And then back in the black ink. "For my part, I am trying to track down Lady Guilford. Her husband perished on the field of battle, this much I saw with my own eyes, but beyond finding her shredded livery, we have no definitive proof that Lady Guilford is dead. She is an honorable and capable woman, and if she is alive, I have no doubt she would honor the king's intentions for the realm, and would prove a staunch ally in my quest to restore the kingdom to his vision. If only we could find hide or hair of her. There is one bit of good news. Well, bittersweet, perhaps. The widow Riker has reached out to me. She is in hiding, not slain as I feared, and seeks asylum in my house, for she knows I would not condemn her for her husband's sins, as others would want to do. The easiest solution would be marriage, allowing us to rechristen her and hide her true identity more easily. It might also ease Dora's suffering since my wife's passing last winter. The girl needs a mother, after all. The court is full of vipers and the land is curdling. Dark clouds hang overhead, and I hear fresh news of disasters in the country every day. Yet we must persevere. I have 1 jewel of 7. In time, we can find the rest and restore our country to stability and peace, and perhaps even make a brighter future for my daughter and those of her generation. May the children do better than their fathers. And beneath that, you find a Goetic Maleficarium. Double insight, +2, HR, +6, two-handed, +4 to magic checks against demons. Or demon-aligned things like Cambions and witches. +4 to oppose checks against demons. When you hit creatures with an offensive spell wielding this, they end up shaken, and it is worth 2,000 zenit.
Okay. Could you send me or post the stat block so I can just copy-paste into notes?
I got it right here.
Thank you.
And I'm also gonna copy and paste Basil's journal.
What did it? What?
Yeah.
The
Just
Countess
the wrong
remarried.
person. I think it's suggesting your mother might be alive.
7 years. How? How?
People are strong.
Yeah. In a moment.
Montblanc will give a small nod and pat him on the shoulder.
That can't be easy for him. Well, I'm not going to drown in despair over this. I am going to right this wrong.
Oh, I'm just waiting for the fair folk to get here so we can curse her out the ass.
The fair folk arrive. Like, slowly, Queen Vespi leads in Dora, and then immediately Big Bubba Bugbear charges in. Orcs start filing in with pixies flying overhead. They all start, like, just swarming out of the room and filling the mansion, or the castle. And as they fill out, Vespi is like, well, where is the woman?
Hands her the note.
Bloody fucking absconded.
Oh, she played you for fools. Not to besmirch you. I'm just saying that.
No, we got fucking played. It's fine.
I am sorry for my part in this. And she motions, and one of the orcs comes to her with a long box, and she picks it up and opens it and reveals a strange two-handed longsword, or greatsword actually, if it's two-handed, with a blade made out of. Your best guess would be opal. It's like an iridescent metal or gemstone blade that glimmers with different colors depending on the angle you look at it and how the light flickers. And she lifts it up and says, "This is a Vorpal blade. Two-handed weapon designed to be deadly even in an untrained peasant's hand. So this is not a martial weapon, though it counts as one for skills that require such, and has the following stats. You stop that. Despoty's like already feeling woozy and snaps her fingers and turns into a human version of herself, and smiles at Dora and hugs her to her side. I will do everything I can to be the parent that you need. We will keep this castle for you. By this I swear. And I will love you like a daughter. And Dora smiles and hugs her fairy godmother. And at least in that, you guys have had success! So yeah! Congrats! You solved this arc! In one session, man. I thought I had a lot of shit. Although, to be fair, you played this very smartly. You avoided a lot of things that would have eaten a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the very first thing that we did.
Yeah. Oh, and I should remember the elementals mentioned the 4 elemental masters you're looking for. I should show you pictures of them before we wrap for the night.
Oh no.
So is the Vorpal blade? You said the Vorpal blade was a 2-hander?
It's a 2-hander.
Okay.
Who's gonna use it?
I think we all know who's going to use it.
Looking at you, Big Bud.
Edmund.
Technically, any of you can, though. Like, you know, if you get a better weapon for Edmund, you can easily give that to somebody else who, like, is fighting with a stick.
I mean, right now, for my stats, I can actually do a little bit... I mean, differences between dealing fire and dark damage, but right now with my axe, I can do a little bit more with the axe than that.
Yeah. And honestly, someone who would like the Goetic Mal carry him? Because it's a 2-hander.
I have been collecting the books.
Yeah,
I think
I
so
think
long
it's
as we
going to
make
be,
it...
Witch's Apprentice.
Give it to the nerd.
Give it to the nerd who is like, we have the lady's full name,
I
multiple
think so
full
long as at the
names.
start of the battle, somebody... I think so long as in a battle, if we make it clear that, like, hey, I'm going to be using the Vorpal blade for this battle, I think it's fair that we just all add it to our stat block.
I mean, and there is, like, a mechanic for switching out equipment in battle.
Yeah.
So, and, like, giving equipment to another person in battle, so it's fine.
Yeah.
As you guys gather and look kind of crestfallen, Leonie's like, so I get the sense, but this didn't go exactly how you want, but and she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a key ring. Wanna rob my dad?
Hell fucking yeah.
Yes.
That's our hook for next session. So congrats, you met the big bad.
She's a bitch, and I'm gonna kill her.
And we gave her a chance.